Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hi, 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 hi. Hello, 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 hello. Hi, guys. Hi, Dorma. I love it. The shower of hellos. Showering in hellos today. Hey, how are you? How's it going? I hope you guys are having a good day. Yeah, I'm streaming a little later than usual today. Sorry about that. But here I am. Here I am. Here I am. Here I am. It is hand me an angel. I forgot the song. Can't talk much when I'm here. Okay, Rose. Okay. Okay, just relax, do your work, and enjoy the story. It is the last chapter. It's the last chapter. Oh, we may have to dress him up again though, because we didn't completely finish chapter 3 last time. Because it was like very long. But we may need to dress him up again. So I will let you know when we start dressing him up if you want to participate, because I know you do. But yeah, this is the last chapter. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's recap. Do I even remember? What were we doing last time? So last time we officially started dating, guys. We officially started dating. We just lived the moments last time. So it was a few escapades with our boyfriend. We decided to go out. When did we decide to go out? What were we doing when we went out? What were we doing? Huh? When did that happen? Was it in the parking lot? Maybe not. Oh damn, I have terrible memory. I don't remember what happened. Wait, so we went on a driving trip to go to see his mom. That didn't happen yet. So that wasn't it. And then we went on a grocery shopping in a farm market. We were already together at that time, so that's not when that happened. What else happened last time? Oh, we had a talk because our friends had a little like silly fight, and we were worried about them apparently. Charity dinner. Ah, the charity dinner. I completely forgot about that. Okay, so I went with Cove to a charity dinner. That was a charity that. Be right back. Okay, don't mind, because I've got to refresh everything for myself first. Because we are volunteer for an organization that protects the ocean. So we were still friends when we worked there. We participated in the charity, as in we were selling the tickets and everything. And then the charity had a big dinner to get some money for saving the sea and everything. And on the way back, what happened? Is it that time that I went back home and then I went out again? Yeah, I went out again and we were looking at the stars. And then, I think this is when that happened. Wait, no, that's not when it happened. Was it when it happened? Did we start to date on the first night that we had the first kiss? I remember the first kiss happened when he came to show me some firefly. Hello, hello, Jonax, welcome back. I'm trying to remember the story. Oh damn, I have no memory whatsoever. Yeah, I don't have much memory power. Oh my god. No, so that was not the day. We didn't have the first kiss on the day that we decided to be going out, I don't think. So, because he went after the charity, we split up, and then... Oh, wait. No. And then we wanted to go out again, and then we saw him, he was outside, wasn't it? I remember that he was still dressed pretty fancy and I was in my pajamas, so I think that's what happened then. And maybe that's when we decided to go out? And then maybe it's on a separate day, he came to my bedroom in the middle of the night and he was like, look, there are fireflies! And you know what? Everything's gonna be okay, because like the fireflies, they come back every year, so even if we don't see each other for a while, we know that we will always be back anyway, something like that. And then it was kind of romantic and we kissed. Okay, so that happened. What else happened? What else happened? And then, oh yeah, there was the weekend when his mom came to visit. And oh no, that was it. Was it the day on the farmers market? We had a little fight. I mean, I felt like we had a fight, but it wasn't a fight. You know, I didn't read that conversation really well. Yeah. And then, and then I went to his place in the middle of the night, and we slept together. Like, as in we slept, you know, just sleeping. Like, you know, close your eyes and you open them and it's morning again. You see, that's the sleeping that we did. But we were, yeah. His father saw us, but like, I don't know, what were we thinking? Of course we were gonna be caught. We didn't even put an alarm or anything, so if we're gonna sleep, of course we're gonna be woken up by the parents. Let me drink some more water. And so the summer came to an end. And the summer came to an end. We got all our friends and our families come together at the beach. We had a wonderful time. We had a wonderful time. And it felt like it was the end, actually. It felt like it was the end. And it was kind of dragging, actually. Or maybe I was just tired, I don't know. But it felt like it was the end. All the friends that we made in the recent past were there, and it was awesome. Slept outside at the end. Oh, did we? We slept in the outdoors. Oh my god. We fell asleep? I forgot about that. Oh, okay. And then we were talking and he told us that he was demisexual. I think that's the word that he used. And I was like, oh, thank you so much for letting me know. And yeah, it's true, it's important that... Hi, Vicky! Vicky, did you change your name? Yes, okay. And hello, Vicky, I hope you're doing well. Hello, welcome. And then, well, why were we sleeping outdoors again? After the big party with everyone, I think I went out again because... I don't know. And then we were talking outside and like feeling like talking about the life and everything that happened and everything that brought us here. On the hill with Cove, yeah. The same hill where the fireflies are usually are. And then we were talking and I guess we fell asleep there. That's not really nice, but I guess. So I guess, yeah. So now we're going to start over at the moment when they open their eyes after they wake up. So this is where we were left off. Is it clear? Is it net? Is it not? Oh, I forgot the sound. I forgot that because the music is really awesome. Let's raise it a little bit more. Because I want you to be able to hear, because there was voices too and I feel like you couldn't hear it properly last time. But still gotta hear my voice too though. Okay, should be okay. Should be a little slightly okay. Okay, perfect like this. It sounds perfect, I think. Okay, and so that's why we opened the eyes on the night sky. I was wondering, what the hell? Thank you, Oz, for your help. Oh my god. Just using by my internet connection at work sucks. Oh damn. I'm just here to say I'm finishing to build my PNG tuber. Whoa! And lower too. Oh my gosh. And anyway, have a good stream. Okay, thank you, okay. Passing by, yeah, that's what I thought. Well, congratulations. I hope it's going well. Well, have fun at work and good luck with your PNG and everything. Yeah. Okay, let us continue this wonderful story. This is the last one. This is the last time. Dry your tears, everyone. It's gonna be okay. Alright. You open your eyes. Instead of the walls of your room, you were surrounded by open sky. It was not soft pillows and sheets underneath you, but the bed of earth and grass that you'd taken last night. The day welcomed you with a shining sun, a refreshing breeze, and the chirping song of birds. You cupped your face with your hands as you sat up, feeling the imprint of the blades and grass-leaving lines into your cheeks. Orestia. Hearing your name, you lowered your hands and looked around. There he was, your most influential neighbor, called Holden. Influential potential neighbor. Is that how we call him now? Oh, such a cute picture. Aww. Well, if it was me, I would already be surrounded by spiders. That's lucky for them. Anyway, he had made himself very comfortable, laying on his stomach with jewelry and shoes taken off and a flower in his hands. Oh, good morning. Good morning to you too. Cove laughed, tickled with the overall situation, and simply being able. Oh, damn, I'm sorry. Okay, let's do that again. Cove laughed, tickled with the overall situation, and simply being able to spend time like this. Told you I'd see you tomorrow. It's the exact same day, Cove. Safe bet. We see each other nearly every day. Alright, good for you. I'm glad you're alright. You smiled at him. Alright, good for you. Your loud response did nothing to hamper Cove's buoyant spirit. It is, isn't it? Cove turned his head up to the sky, his expression content. Looks like it's gonna be a nice day. We'll have to come up with something to do to make the most of it. Oh, so it's not over. Hello, hi, Lopot TV. I still don't know how to say your name. Hello, yeah, it is not Overwatch today. It's not Overwatch today. Sorry about that. I might do Overwatch later this week though. Why did I just turn it into? I like visual novels too, you know, it's fun. Overwatch and everything is pretty cool too, but I do a lot of different games. There's a little bit of everything for everyone in here, you know. You just gotta pick your day. And yeah, this guy on the screen right now, he's my boyfriend. Can you imagine? I got a boyfriend with seriously, with his hair like this, it could definitely be a character in Overwatch too. What is this about? It is how to explain? It's just basically my life. The game started, I was 8 years old, and it's just every 5 years we do a jump into the future and see how things are going with my life, with my friends and everything. And that's about it. Basically, it's a self-discovery, very heartwarming visual novel. Yeah. It's just pretty cool. It's just pretty cool. The ones that we did before that, they were really spooky and scary and like, yeah, borderline psychotic. So I went for something very comfy and wholesome this time. Yeah. Anyway, let's continue. And yeah, that guy is my boyfriend. Okay. Looks like it's gonna be a nice day. We'll have to make up with something to do to make the most of it. He trailed off, blinking slowly in the sunlight. Someday, when we're even older than we are now, I wonder what we end up remembering this moment for. Oh, look at his face! So expressive. I love the art in here. I'll stick for a bit. Oh, okay! Feel free. Enjoy, relax, kick off. Kick off? Is it how you say kick off so that people are like relaxing? I forgot the expression. Whatever. What we will feel when we look back at it, will it be the same as what we're feeling right now?
It's nice.
I can't see what the future is gonna look like again, but I think that's alright. Yeah, he's always so worried about the future. You're way too sentimental. Pretty sure I'm gonna have forgotten all about this. I think homework can open this thought for me. I don't know, but I'm looking forward to finding out. I wanna be positive. I'm looking forward to find out what the future waits for us. Cove turned back to you, nodding in full agreement. You hide the hills prowling out before you and down below, where the wild hill and nature gave way to civilization. Your home and coves lay down at the bottom, neatly filled among the other houses in the neighborhood. Hey, Orestia, I bet I can beat you in getting back to the road. Oh, does he want to start a race? Damn. Oh wait, I'm athletic in that world, so oh yeah. You laughed, amused by the wagger that reminded you so many moments in your youth. As much as I like it here, it's okay if we leave now. We can always come back to see the puppies and the fireflies again, right? Cove met your eyes, waiting for what you were going to say in response. Right, I'd like that. It really is gonna be another nice day. You're amazing. Yeah, we better do that. You're not getting out of it. We'll always be together in one way or another. I might be able to manage that. I might be able to manage. I feel cheeky today, I don't know. Go. He's blushing. Cove blinked slowly, his eyes still locked on you, but you didn't need to see his face to know that he adored you. If there had been any room for doubt, the tender way he spoke would have filled it up. You're really irreplaceable, huh? Cove beamed at you. His expression was so unlike the one you'd worn when you first found him here, swaddled in sadness and uncertainty. Yet you couldn't help but glimpse that boy. Oh, sorry. Yet you couldn't help but glimpse that boy once more underneath his bright expression and matured features. Come on. He offered you a hand. You accepted it, your palm fitting around his. Cove lifted himself up, pulling you along too. Our parents probably aren't gonna come running for us this time. We've got to make our own call. And I say that we can't hide away forever. Poppy Hill is just one part of things. There's more out there for us than this time, and this place alone. Let's enjoy it. You couldn't say whether you were the ones. You couldn't say whether you were the ones that broke into a run, if Cove had been the one to start it, or if your feet had simultaneously made that choice for you both. The end result was the same, with the two of you dashing down the hill like children, but with nostalgic revelry. Damn it, I don't know that word! Revelry, what the hell does that mean? Revelry? Revelry? What the hell? Whatever. But with the nostalgic revelry that could only come as an adult. As the wind whipped past you, you knew that family and friends were waiting at the end of your sprint. There were more memories to make after all. Life takes another step forward. I love the animation! Big clouds like this is so cute! Joyous celebration! Oh, revelry means joyous celebration. Okay. Wait, what? What the hell? Where's the chapter 4? Huh? Wait, was it the end? Seriously? What? Step 4! Step 4! Where is the 4? Huh? Wait, did we do the 4 without realizing it last time? Was that why it was so long? I don't think so. Why am I always surprised by the crate roll? The crate roll never happens when I expect it to. Maybe it's an after story? Oh, you think it's on a DLC? Let's have a look, let's have a look. If it's a DLC, I can maybe get it. Let me have a look. DLC. I thought we were supposed to be adults in this world, not in the DLC. So let's have a look. Wait, expansion. Step 3 expansion. Voice expansion. Step 1. Okay, step 1, 2, 3 DLC. I knew them. Soundtrack. Oh, there's a wedding story, but that's not step 4. Wait. Plan and experience your ideal wedding with Cove Gems Holden in a romantic side story set up during the step 4. Oh, during the step 4, so it's a step 4 DLC, but it's not the step 4. Wait, maybe after the thing there's going to be something else. Oh my god! I was so exhausted last time, I was like, you know what, let's stop it here. I didn't expect it to be just another 10 more minutes. Oh my god. I was just so exhausted. Last time, what was it, 7 hours? 7 hours of a novel was like quite exhausting. Well, Well, it was a cute, very cute ending though. We got to the point where we're so comfortable with each other. But yeah. 7.5? Yeah, I mean it was cute. It was not the best story ever, but it was cute. Yeah, my first it's my first story like this. I'm not really usually big into visual novels, but I thought it would be a nice addition to the channel to start doing those as well. Since you guys are often listening to me while you work, I was like, maybe it's fine to just tell you a story while you're working. But that was fun. I kind of know what I want to do next though, but I will announce it later, not just now. I might announce it a little later. Thank you for playing. Well, thank you for the nice story. I mean, it was really well done. What I'm saying is like, you like platform games? Yeah, I do platform games too. Tomorrow is Pyro Day, by the way. Tomorrow is Pyro. Oh, it's not over. It's not over. In between. What do you mean in between? Also, there is a step 4. Wait. Okay, I don't need to change my appearance. And let's just, I'm fine with everything. Done. My feeling for, well, I guess I love him now, so... Okay, ready? Are you sure? Also, there is a step 4. Relaxed love. Yeah, why not relax? Relax is fine. Golf customization. Okay, here we go, Rose. This is your favorite part. Ooh, hair. Ooh, there's more hair. Oh, there's more hair. Okay, so it's not over. Why did they put the credit rolls there? They're trying to confuse us. Okay, this is what it is. Not a short. You like this one, the number 1? Well, let's 1, 2, 3. I don't like that one. 4. Oh, tied up hair, but yeah, no, I'm not sure. Okay, 1. Okay, that was 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me know what you want. Okay, now glasses. Oh no. Okay, no glasses. Glasses. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I veto number 3. I hate number 3. It's not gonna be number 3. We can go for either 2 or 1, or no glasses is fun too. Earrings. Number 1 for the hair. Okay. Earrings. Ooh, not bad actually. Yeah, I want to go for the earrings. I like it this way. Tattoo. I'm not a big fan of the tattoos. Yeah. Oh, it's a whole. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna get tattoos. Body type. Slim, buff. Oh, come on. You don't have teddy bear type of body. Well, slim or buff. Let me know what you like, Rose. Here you go. Slim, buff. I don't have no really. Yeah. I don't mind. Buff. Okay. Shirt. Oh my god. Okay. This is number 1, number 2, 3, and 4. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me know. Oh, thank God. Okay, number 2. What am I even watching? Yeah, we kind of have to design our own boyfriend in this game. It's really weird, but it's fun. Okay, the pants. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, there's more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 doesn't go with it. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, or 3. Any one of them. 2 or 3 for you too. Yeah. Let's go with the jeans. Or black. No, let's go with black. Okay. Do you want jewelry? I know you like accessories, Rose. Okay. She's here building her dream boyfriend as a Lego figure. Yeah, it's like when you were a kid and you have these little dolls in the magazine and you had to cut the clothes and stick it on them. That's what we're doing here. We're not even hiding. This is what we're doing, and it's fun. Oh my god. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 or nothing. And here, 1, 2, 3. Oh, seriously? A gold watch? No. No boyfriend of mine is gonna waste money on a golden watch. What the hell? Whichever. Okay. Maybe this one just for a little touch of something, and that one doesn't need anything. Necklace? Oh, I guess we can see the number 1 only with the first outfit. Number 2 or nothing. I don't really like the beads on the man. Okay, let's go like that. Well, sunglasses. Oh yeah, sunglasses. It's important when it's sunny outside to have really good sunglasses. Done! Okay, since you're romantically interested in Cove and are old enough to start being physically affectionate more seriously, you can choose what initiative level it has throughout his step. Making sure the player experiences what they want is important in our life, but always putting your choice first can potentially make your relationship feel one-sided, so we've added some flexibility in how it works. Low initiative means that Cole will occasionally ask, okay, for example, you want now, okay, every piece of it is going to, okay. Middle initiative, okay. I think it's fine, we already know that. And let's go for middle, because, yeah, I don't want it to turn into porn. But we still have to give some spice to make it interesting. So here we go. Step 4. Maybe the step 4 is just gonna be really short, so let's see. And so, our days growing up in the loving cradle of Sunset Bird came to an end. In the years that passed since graduation, you'd moved out of your childhood home and made your own way in the world. You lived alone, lived with a pet, lived with pets, lived with Cove and his fish, lived with Cove, his fish, and your pet, lived with Cove. Oh, so the only option I have is to live with Cove or live alone. I think I want my independence though, wasn't I supposed to be living abroad? I'm gonna live alone. Live with a fish? I don't want to live with a fish! Worked at a fine company, had a business of your own, co-owned a business with Cove, had multiple ways of earning income, was still focused on pursuing education. So am I still a student? Do I take life slowly? I was supposed to be traveling abroad though. You know what? We're gonna make it cozy. I'm gonna have a business of my own. I think this is the best idea. Okay, let me drink some water. Online education? I can still be a student. I don't mind. Let's have a look. Still focused on pursuing education. I don't know if it's going to be online though. Maybe we're gonna be living on campus and everything because I decided to live alone. Okay. Let's pursue education. It's so hard to worry about it. Feel free to chime in. Your family members went through the same kinds of leaps into independence. Liz and Lee both eventually earned degrees and started fantastic careers in their towns. But your moms and Cove's father still lived in the same street as they had for all those years before. It was comforting to you that there were some things that remained in the old neighborhood. And despite the ever-changing reality of your adult life, your friends were still your friends. Though, of course, things weren't exactly the same for them either. Very recently, Terry publicly came out as a man and switched the spelling of his name to use a Y instead of I. Wow, I didn't see that coming at all! He also confessed his love for Miranda. We saw that one coming! Which he excitedly reciprocated. Oh, awesome! They moved in together recently in the city out past Sunset Bird. Yeah! Congratulations to them! Oh my god! Derek was as busy as always, but doing well. He always made an effort to keep in touch, and you even saw each other in person occasionally. One person who did disappear into the shuffle of memories inside your mind was Baxter. Baxter is gone. After his vacation in Sunset Bird 1 year, he was just gone. So he never came back. That was the loss you felt. He had become someone you'd considered a friend during those days. Yeah, it's true, we hung out a couple times. He was cool. And then there's what became of the sad little boy you grew up with, Cove Holden. Your deep affection for him was something that continued to last unabated over the years. But hopefully you could commit to each other even more someday. You didn't want your relationship to change from what it was, and the two of you got engaged, and he was your fiancé. Now I think it's too early to get married. I don't want the relationship to change. It took a while for our relationship to be the way it is. And luckily things worked out for the two of you, see, you still live pretty close by. Unfortunately, you and Cove lived in locations far from each other. You know what, let's keep him close. He truly thrived in his continued efforts of cultivating loving and supportive relationships with his family and friends. You couldn't say his personality had changed exactly. Instead, it became more refined. Cove was a warm, inviting, considerate man who took the lessons he'd learned over the years to treat the people around him with patience and understanding. When Cove eventually developed a picture of the future he wanted to have as an adult, it made perfect sense to you based on his interests. He went to college to study marine biology. Of course, yeah, that one was easy. His ultimate goal was set on becoming a natural resource technician, and he still volunteered with Orca when his workload allowed it. Cove got a 2-year degree, after what he began working full-time at Orca, helping educate... Oh, that's so cool! He's working with Orca! Helping educate the public on ocean conservation and participating in shore restoration efforts. That's so cool, though! In the story, I'm the one who introduced him to Orca because I was volunteering there. Orca is that big volunteering charity facility, whatever you call that saves the ocean. It's so cool that he ended up working there. As an adult, Cove also was able to recognize and have diagnosed that he was on the autism spectrum. I don't know what that means. It was something that hadn't been noticed by his doctors as a child, but he was still the same Cove as always was to you, and he was just glad to understand himself better. It thrilled you to see how happy and successful it grown to be. That was a twist. I don't know, does that change anything? Why are Cove and I the same person? Rose, are you Cove? Does that mean I'm dating you? What does that mean he was on the autism spectrum? I don't understand what that means though. On the whole, life continued its steady beat forward, and you all went with it down the path he chose. It was strange and wonderful. But no matter how old you got, how far you roamed, or how long you were away, the home you had in Sunset Bird still called you back eventually. Oh, so we're going to go back. I guess it's going to be the last summer then. Maybe Asperger's. What does that mean? Okay, if you try to be clever with clever words, I'm not gonna be understanding the joke. What Asperger's means? Is it asparagus? I don't know. Okay, we're back. Ooh, that's a nice car. It's not the same car we had before. The car rumbled down the highway. You had started to zone out when a truck in the left lane loudly zoomed past. Your driver didn't remark on it. Just like anything else this trip, you went back to staring out the window, letting the scenery pass you by. It's a form of autism, part of the autism spectrum. Oh! Okay, I may have said something really dumb then. Asperger's is part of the autism spectrum. Is that what it means? Okay. Now, so I am dumb sometimes. I don't know all the words. Thank you for letting me know though. A friend of mine has that, and she describes it as being socially awkward. Oh, okay. Oh, well, socially awkward is my domain. Although I do call it socially anxiety, but it's a learning social disability. Okay, I see. Maybe, yeah, that makes sense actually, because you always had a difficult time dealing with people. That makes sense. Your driver didn't remark on it. Just like anything. Oh, I already read that one. You did appreciate the spacious backseat of your ride. You hadn't known exactly when you would be coming in, so you had decided to use a ride app rather than ask your mom to pick you up. It had turned out to be a convenient choice. You looked forward to surprising your parents at the door. You smiled at the thought of their face lighting up. Luckily, this hadn't been that big of a trip for you. You lived close enough that the travel hadn't turned into a big production. However, that didn't make the occasion mundane. For once, your moms had decided to have a modest celebration dinner for their anniversary. Unlike when you were growing up and they preferred not to make a big deal out of it, this year they were comfortable having a party. That's awesome! Mommy party! As time went on, they had found being the center of attention easier to handle. You were happy to see it. With this going on, there was no way that either you or Liz would miss your mom's anniversary. Both of you made plans to come back home for it. Yeah, Liz is my sister. She's my older sister, 2 years older. She's so pretty, by the way. You didn't hear from Liz about her exact schedule, but you hadn't shared yours either. It reminded you of when you were kids and both knew to show up for dinner, but didn't keep each other in the loop for each other's pre-dinner plans. This was the same concept after all. Some things stayed the same, and yet it was definitely different from when you would see your sister every day and knew sort of what she was doing anyway for osmosis. Today, you had no idea. Things were always changing. You mused on how at times it was hard to believe you didn't live with your parents anymore, and yet you also couldn't imagine going back and living as a kid under their rules. The rest of the drive flew by. Your silent driver provided a smooth ride. No sharp turns or hard stops jostled you with your own head. Aww, that's how I like a drive. Last time I went in an Uber, the guy kept talking and talking. That was awful. Okay, drinking some more water. Okay, it looks like it's gonna be one of those days when I'm gonna be coughing every 2 minutes. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna try and make it better. Anyway, your thoughts turned from introspective to observant. The landscape passing by became more and more familiar. You frequently recognized the landmarks that dotted the area. A grin came to your face as you passed the now entering sign for Sunset Bird. Excitement built within you. You were really here. You were doing this. Your driver turned off on the street, and you realized that their map program was taking you the way home that map preferred. You usually would have used the other side street to pass by the beach. In no time at all, the car had gone through the whole of town and pulled in front of your mom's condo. The car slowed to a stop and parked. With the buzz of the highway gone, you realized that you could hear the familiar sound of waves. The air smelled like salt and a rush of childhood memory flooded back. You started to gather your things and humming to yourself once more about how happy your moms would be to see you. After that, you'd notify everyone else that you'd made the trip safely. You pulled over your suitcase from the other seat and yanked at your bag from down near your feet. Tap, tap. You startled at the sudden sound of tapping on glass. It caused you to pause. Did you really hear what you thought you did? You weren't entirely sure because you soon heard something else. The window on the opposite side of the car rolling down. It confused you until you put it together that despite the driver's silence, you weren't actually alone in this car. The driver must have pressed the button. Someone had to be there. You turned your head to face the now opened window. Wah! There he is! There he was, leaning his arms across the window, your beloved Cove Holden. He beamed at you with one of his precious open smiles. Aww! Open smiles. Is that an open smile? I don't know. The art is so good though. Hey Orestia. What a surprise this is. I didn't expect you to see you in this neighborhood. He was joking, of course. Seeing your expression, he decided to push it further. It's not like I've been waiting for you out here all morning or anything. Welcome back, Jama, welcome back! So, update. We are 23 years old, we are still a student, and we came back for Mommy's wedding anniversary. There it is. Cove! I've been the one waiting to see you. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. You survived. He screamed excitedly, used hair to stand. I'm gonna be slick. Sorry for making you wait. He chuckled at your apology and inclined his head. Don't worry about it. He then gripped the top of the car door and pushed half of his torso through the opening. That was enough to make the driver break their silence with a sharp, "Hey!" Cove did not seem to notice and continued climbing in through the window. He pushed one hand down into the middle seat to prop his dangling body up. He used his other hand to caress your cheek as he leaned in close as he could. I missed you. You scooched across the seat and kissed him on the lips. You leaned over and kissed him on the forehead. You covered his hand with yours. You flicked his nose. You did your best to hug him without knocking him down. Yeah, I want to flick his nose. Like, get out of the car. This is not how things go. Sorry, Rose. No kiss right now. Later. Not like this. It's too awkward. You stretched your hand out and gave him a solid finger flick on the bridge of the nose. Hey! He gasped indignantly, but even then he couldn't cover his smile with his fake front. I miss you too. I miss you even more than you miss me. Okay, now get out of the window, you crazy person. You're so cute. I really should have expected this. You and your windows. That's a good one. You sighed happily. Yeah, I want to go for that. That was so funny. Because he used to come into my bedroom from the windows all the time. I promise this wasn't planned. I know. Still doesn't make a difference. Cole's smile turned awkward as his arm started to bend lower, causing his body to slide downwards with it. He turned his head to the driver. Sorry. I'm always causing trouble in this neighborhood. Cove shifted around some more and squirmed back the way he came. After he had successfully pushed up the window and landed on the pavement with a thumb, you opened your car door. You threaded your arms through the various straps of your bags and climbed out. Cove took a few long strides around the back of the car and quickly met you on your side. Cove stood in front of you, and it struck you that the two of you were back in Sunset Bird, reunited once again on this street. You jumped into his arms, you gave him a friendly punch, you ruffled his hair, you held your hand out for a high five, you held your hand for a fist bump, you waved at him charmingly. Well, I guess we're gonna hug. But you put down your luggage first. And you were still holding your bag. Nah, I'm gonna put my bag down first. Do I really have to make that choice? You dropped your bags on the paved roads and got a bounding start to leap into Cove. Yeah, jumping into you! It caught you, unsurprised at your action. When you were situated, he leaned back on the balls of his heels and fully lifted you off the ground. Wow, that's a Buffy character. His goofy grin let you know just how much he was enjoying your enthusiastic embrace. You were too tall for him to pick you up. You were too tall for him to pick you up too far off the ground. That being said, he still gave it his best effort, and you enjoyed the inch in or so between your toes and the pavement. Oh, that's cute! With one last swing, he let you back down. You really were ecstatic to be around him again and absolutely thrilled that he was here in this town where you were together. Cove's schedule had let him come up earlier than you. He only arrived the evening before, however, and secured the hotel room. Also, he's not staying with his dad? Why not though? His dad still lives there. Even though you didn't live far from each other and still managed to see Cove often, it felt like it had been way too long since your last meeting. Oh, You easily shifted your luggage. Then it struck you that you were a short one. You got out in such a hurry it was left behind. You reached back into the car to pull it out. Cove stood aside as you made the dash to the door. You shouldered the small bag and felt relieved that you would be able to brush your teeth tonight. Got everything this time? You stood up straight, everything chilly gathered up, out of the car. You gave this back seat one last glance and then nodded. Cove shut the car door after you had moved out of the way. The two of you stepped off the street to give the driver some room. Cove waved. Sorry again. The driver said nothing and drove out. With the road clear, you let your gaze drift across the neighborhood that you had known forever. It was such a small place to spend so many days. Gotta step out for a meeting. Okay, put TV. Still don't know how to call you. Okay, Paul. See you next time. You were flooded with memories of going up and down the street during every stage of your life. Being a little kid, following your big sister to the playground, becoming a teen and staying out later, and growing into an adult who left their parents' house behind to be independent. You could feel the summer sun on your skin from all the times you headed out to the beach. You saw the same surroundings that you as a young adult did when leaving home. It was hard to quantify the amount of history you had here. And now you are back. Despite taking in the neighborhood again, you never lost awareness of Cove's presence. From the corner of your eye, seeing him there was a very familiar sight as well. So many of your memories included him. Your mind drifted from your neighborhood itself to the person who used to live here. You couldn't help the feeling of nostalgia. You still remembered his face, his voice, the scar on his arm from the days long gone. He had changed so much since you had first met him, yet, even with those changes, he was always recognizable. He was familiar like the sky was, in the way you knew the sea. Every day they may appear different, but they are still an inextricable part of life. It was the world, with help from Mr. Holden and his ill-thought $20 bill. Oh, still talking about this? Oh my god, I want to forget about that. And his ill-thought $20 bill that brought you together to begin with. But the two of you had chosen each other. We would have been friends either way, I feel. You had never left your interactions fade. You had decided to nurture your relationship into what it was. And you would continue to keep Cove close into all the rest of your adult years. Cove was the partner you wanted for life. You couldn't be more grateful to call him your boyfriend. It would be impossible to imagine life without him. Cove noticed you staring at him after a while and smiled with his eyebrows rising in curiosity. He was very transparent in his question, if there was something you wanted to say. You shook your head and returned him a soft expression. You'd let yourself get carried away in a tide of memories, but now it was time to focus on the present. Ready to go see my mom's? Cove nodded and then pointed at your luggage, bundled around your legs. Can I help you with any of that? Yeah, thank you, of course. You can help with all of it. No, it's like carrying all my groceries in all gone. No, the house is really right there. Then you drop them. You know what? Yeah, help me. What the hell? You gratefully passed him a bag. It was a lot easier to balance everything with that out of the way. He used both hands to take hold of the one piece of luggage and stood tall, pleased to be able to provide his assistance. Such a puppy dog. The bag situation resolved, the two of you strolled over to the star's residence door. You started to pat your pocket instinctively, only to realize that you no longer carried the key to the house. Your eyes scanned the entryway, a little lost, only to spy the doorbell. The thought of having to ring it felt super weird. As you pressed the inconveniently placed button on the side wall, you remember that no matter how much this place would always be a home to you, it wasn't where you lived. Being back here was like putting a uniform after you quit the store where it came from. It had remained the same, but your circumstance had changed. Cove shifted on his feet awkwardly, obviously also thrown by you being stuck here, keyless. You heard muffled voices and shuffling around from inside. Your heartbeat stepped up in anticipation. The door swung open, and there was your mom's smiling face. She immediately brightened at seeing you standing there. Oh, mommy looks so good. Mommy always looks good. This is amazing. Well. Mom twisted her head back and gave a shout down the hall. Lonnie, guess who's here? There were more distant noises, no doubt, Ma getting up from wherever she was to come see. Her high-spirited words rang out clearly. I hope it's one of my children. Mom snickered, still holding the door only half open to hide you for a little longer. Cove flushed as if suddenly realizing that he was going to be present for your mom's enthusiastic welcoming of you. You smiled to reassure him that he wasn't intruding. Ma finally reached the doors and peered over Mom's shoulder. Mommy looks so good! Okay, I've got to say this is my favorite mom. I was trying to stay unbiased, but after all these years, Ma is the best looking mom, can't help it. It is. Hello, Orestia. She gave you once over, patting the tops of your shoulders and moving down the sides of your arm, before she nodded in satisfaction that you were in one piece.
How sweet.
This is a wonderful surprise. Ma inclined her head to Cove next, not leaving him out either. Hello, sweetie. You count as one of my kids at this point anyway. I have double the surprise today.
Yeah.
Yeah. You snorted at your mom's greetings. They never changed. Cove bashfully waved at them. He hadn't relaxed fully, but he had settled down at their welcome. Well, don't just stand out there. Come on in. Your mom moved aside and held the door open for you, gesturing for you to enter. You stepped into the living room. It was comfortable and cool. Cove was half step behind you, his eyes on the new painting your mom must have had it since the last time you were here. Things were mostly the same, but there were more decorations since you had seen the house last. Yeah, probably they were afraid that the children would break everything. This is a normal thing. When you step out of the house becomes better. That is something that is often been noticed. Yeah, it's true. It does look a little fancier. The more flowers everywhere. Mom may have gotten the urge for some interior designing again. It struck you how odd it was to be the guest, only observing their choices for the living space here rather than full-time occupants. Oh, you've got a lurking emote, that's so cute! Ma came up in front of you, excitement in her eyes. I'm so glad you're here. You know, your mom and I would have been happy to pick you up, but you're self-sufficient and responsible. That's okay. What matters is that you arrived safely. Mom appeared at her side with a nod. Welcome back, kiddos. You appreciated that your parents respected you as an adult, even if Mom still called you kiddo. You figured long ago that you'd always be her kiddo no matter how grown you became. It was part of the whole parent-child deal with her. You hugged your moms, you grinned, you took your mom's hand. I'm gonna hug them so hard. You took another step forward and pulled Mom and Ma into a great big hug, squeezing them tight. Their arms wrapped around you in return, and you could feel their love for you in their embrace. I'm happy to be here. I missed you both. It's so great to see you. I wanted to surprise you. I thought you deserved a little break after everything I put you through. You enjoy the moment. What am I gonna say? I wanted to surprise you. Also, I missed you too, right? What did you say after you didn't? I don't know how long it was since the last time I saw them though. Couldn't have been that long, because I don't live that far. You know what? Let's go with that. It feels like it's the more natural thing to say. I missed you both. We missed you too, honey. It's always nice when I'm able to come by. Your mom's giggled pleased. I hope you've both been doing well. Is everything set up for your anniversary dinner?
No problem.
We're happy to help if there's something we can do. We've been plenty fine. Oh, I'm getting mixed up in all the voices. I forgot how to do them. We've been plenty fine. It's been a little quiet, but that's not a bad thing. Mom placed her arm around Ma's shoulder and gave her a side hug.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about the party. We were just planning to eat at the Cypress, nothing fancy. Which is kind of a funny thing to say about a pretty fancy country club. The biggest issue has just been making sure everyone could make it for the day. Speaking of which, Liz will be arriving tonight. We're planning on picking her up later. I guess Liz isn't as grown up as Orestia. Mom sneaked at her own joke, and Matt lightly elbowed her with a barely hidden grin. Shush! As I was saying, we could drop you off wherever you're staying if you don't mind waiting for that. So they're not even inviting me to stay with them? I'm sorry there's not space for you in the house. It's gotten crowded in those old rooms since you and Liz moved out. I don't know where all this stuff keeps coming from. Also, they didn't even keep my bedroom? Oh my god. Sure you don't, Pamela. It's okay. Cove already has a hotel room. I'm gonna be staying in anyway. Cove sent you some pictures of the place when he arrived. Stylish and roomy. It seemed very nice. It was a double room. It was a room with a single kick bed. Yeah, I think we can go with a single bed. It claimed that the bed was comfortable, and you had high hopes about that. Though mostly you were looking forward to having him next to you as you slept once again. Your mom smiled, relieved. Kara's already here, isn't she? She directed her question at Cove. Kara's the mommy. It's Cove's mommy. He bowed his head a bit to go along with his reply. Yeah, I heard she made it. She's gonna be staying with Dad while she's in town.
Oh?
Have you gone over and said hello yet? Cove chuckled self-consciously, and this time he shook his head. You raised an eyebrow, since you had figured he would have taken the chance while waiting for you. Not yet. I should go do that now. I just wanted Orestia to be there too. Oh, I was waiting for me! He caught your eyes with an adoring smile. Mom laughed at that, no doubt thinking that Cove was sweet but ridiculous.
Nice.
It's nice to know your priorities. Yeah. Cove awkwardly rubbed his arm and shifted on his feet, looking all too much like he did as a kid.
So?
Orestia, do you want to go over to see my house now? That's a good idea. We won't be leaving until late evening. You heard Ma, let's go see your parents. Cove packed back up, excited once more. Sorry, let me readjust everything. Okay, so the dude is so funny. He waited for me to go and see his parents. He could have just go and see his parents and be like, be right back with Orestia or something. Ah, that's funny. We'll keep an eye on your things while you're out. There's no reason to be carrying all that around. You set down your bags in the living room, tucked into a corner where they wouldn't be in the way. Cove helped. Your moms waved the two of you off as you walked back to the entranceway. Thanks. See you soon. No, let's do it like an adult. Thanks. See you soon. Ah, it doesn't work. You waved back and opened the front door for Cove. With that, you were on your way to see Cove's family next. The street put a special little pep in Cove's step as you crossed the street to his dad's house together. Your spirits were equally high. Doing this, you felt like a teen again. You had known Cove's parents for a long time now, when it came to what you called his dad. You stuck with the classic Mr. Holden. You switched to calling Cove Dad Dad, I'm gonna call him Cliff. I'm gonna call him with his first name. We've known him for long enough and I'm a grown up now. Yeah, let's go with that. Although it was awkward on your tongue at first, it rolled off comfortably now. You appreciated how much he saw you as an adult and friend, and not just a kid from across the street. For his mom, you were still on a first name basis. You called her mom Tree in a non-serious way. If I'm calling the dad Cliff, I'm gonna call her the mom Kara. Yeah. She always preferred that, even when you were still just a kid. Honestly, you couldn't imagine calling her anything else. Cole hopped up to the front door and didn't bother knocking. He twisted the knob and it swung open. With a grin, Cole gave you a gratified thumb up. You shook your head in disapproval, but you both knew that you hypocritically supported his behavior. Your dad is lucky we weren't criminals. He brushed your comment aside and went right into his old home. Cliff was there, standing in the kitchen and babysitting the pan on the stove. Oh, okay, I thought he was actually babysitting. I was like, oh, another little baby, another brother. No, it's just he's looking at the pan in a weird way, I guess. Oh my gosh, Cliff, okay. He hasn't aged a minute though. Oh my god. Doesn't even look even younger than when we first met him. You still have the buff shoulders and everything. Or maybe Cove is buffer now? Is he a little bit slimmer and slender? He looks tired. Oh, you think so? I think he just looks relaxed though. But yeah, he hasn't been taking care of his hair maybe? I don't know. His head turned to the sound of footsteps, and he brightened instantly at the sight of you both. Cove matched his enthusiasm instantly. If it was anyone else, you would have thought he was lighting up with a childlike joy over seeing his dad again. But since you knew what Cove was actually like as a kid, you were aware that this level of happiness with Cleve was definitely not equivalent to any childhood feeling of his. Dad! Cove. I don't remember how I used to make him sound. Cliff gracelessly pushed while he was cooking to a different burner and flipped off the heat. He rushed over to you both. Cove flew forward and met him halfway in a hug. Cove squished his eyes shut and held his dad in a tight hug. Cliff soothingly rubbed his son's back. The more of an adult Cove became, the more he turned into a big daddy's boy, it seemed. I've missed you. I miss you too. It was sweet, and teasing aside, it was wonderful to see them at this place in their relationship after years of struggling to connect. When the hug broke, Cliff hooked an arm around his son's neck. He let out a deep laugh. I still can't believe you outgrew me. I really thought I had that on him after he graduated from high school, but then he had to keep going. Chuckling, you shook his fist. What? Chuckling, he shook his fist in a mock hanger. What does that mean? Cove ducked his head and laughed in kind. Sorry, Dad. Is that Cove's dad? Yeah, this is Cove's daddy. Look, they have the same eyes, kind of. This is Daddy. He's pretending to be angry. Oh, okay. Cove's cheeks turned pink, and he averted his eyes. He was becoming bashful, so you knew he had more he wanted to say. Cove slowly added, but I was raised really well. His dad's expression instantly crumbled with emotion. He sniffled. Aww, look at that. Cove put an arm around him too and tugged him into a side hug. Aww, that is cute. You observed their little reunion fondly, happy to let them enjoy their moment. They were a perfect pair of sentimentality. Oh, it's true. They're so emotional, both of them. Look at his look at his lips. It's like he's shivering. Cliff eventually turned his attention to you. Hey, Orestia, so great seeing you. He pulled away from Cove and approached you with a little wave. He was back to his cheery self. Hi, Cliff. Cliff, it's nice to see you. I miss you, Cliff. I'm gonna go with this one. Cliff, it's so nice to see you. You offered him a high five. You gave him a pat. I'm gonna hug him. We're basically family. Sorry about that. You went to him with your arms extended and a silent, "Is it okay?" question in your eyes. Cliff pulled you into a big hug without a second thought. There was a quiet sniffle. "Aww, I miss seeing your face around here." "Thank you." Cliff cleared his throat. Pulling attention to himself, he crossed his arms. But before we get too carried away, it's not real reunion yet. Kara's still in the guest suite. I'll go get her. Oh, because the mommy is staying in the bedroom. Okay, that's why he's not staying there with them. But when she came and stayed with them, where was she staying in? There's no another bedroom somewhere? I guess we'll never know. I'm gonna drink some more water. Okay, oh, something fell. That's okay. He eagerly bolted down the hall, and you could hear every step he took. It ended with a distinct knock. "Kara, they're here!" It was only seconds before there was the sound of the door being yanked open. The pounding of feet hitting the wood floor grew even louder this time.
My baby.
Aww, she hasn't changed at all! Oh my god, why only my moms are getting old? She's exactly the same. My baby! Next to you, Cove let out a nervous laugh. His parents entered the living room and Kara stretched her arms out wide when she spotted you both. Cove went to her easily. You went in for a hug too. Yes! You opened your own arms for a big hug. You raised your arms up to pass. You shook your head no. What? No way. I'm going in for a hug too! She pulled you tightly into her arms with Cove. You were squished, but felt every bit of love Kara held in her heart for you both. Aww, look at her eyes! Cove wrapped his free arm around her too. He rested his head on top of hers. He's so tall. And let out a happy sigh. After a moment, Kara let go and pulled back to get a better look at your faces. She surveyed every inch of them and appeared satisfied. You both sorry. You're both looking well. That's wonderful, and just like what I like to see.
Thanks.
Thanks, and hi, Mom. Thank you, thanks, Kara. You look great too. You really do look great, actually. Welcome back, Kara. I missed you, Kara. You know, I'm just gonna tell her she looks amazing. She hasn't aged a minute. One day soon, I'll let you in on my secrets. But you better. Kara winked, and you had zero doubt that she held precious knowledge to looking your best. She was stunning every time you saw her. I'd be honored. So what's new? How have you both been? Kara gave a nod for Cliff to go first. Cheerfully, he waved a hand.
No worries.
Wholesome old. Still got the shop, still got my friends and family, of course. And still the most exciting thing around here is seeing who ran that condo. He's so obsessed with the neighborhood. Incredible! I always knew you were such a snorer. They snickered and you couldn't help but peek at Cove. He rolled his eyes dramatically, drawing out a few giggles from you. But the whole time, there was still a happy smile fixed on his face. For me, things have been good. I've gotten a lot of interesting assignments lately. Didn't she say something last time? Oh, I recently went to Seattle and... Kara twirled a strand of her hair let me cough some more. Okay, we're good. Kara twirled a strand of her hair shyly, and her mouth curved into a grin. Whatever she was thinking about, it made her happy. Things have been still been going well with that guy from work. It's a little early to bring him all the way out to California to meet the family. Oh, she's got a new look at her face! She's got a lover! Cove crossed his arms. He and his dad nodded. It was clear she appreciated the acceptance from her two boys. Aww, that's great. I'm really happy for you. I hope you get the seal of approval when he does come around. That's for sure. You silently nodded as well. Yeah, I do hope he's gonna get the seal of approval. You added a thumbs up to keep things light. Her smile widened, grateful for your gesture. So that's us. Do you two have plans for your first day back? The only thing I have to do is pick up Liz later tonight before we head back to our hotel room.
Great.
Great. He suddenly looked over his shoulder, his eyebrows pushed together. I'm glad you're here, but I just remembered that I was in the middle of cooking something. Only a small cackle escaped you while you thought of the giant grin taking over your face. Meanwhile, Cole erupted into laughter that had his dad shaking his head. That's fine, Dad. Go salvage what you can. I think it'd be nice to explore the old neighborhood for a while. Anyway, since we've got the time. Gove directed the last part to you as he spoke, hoping that you'd want to go with him. You nodded automatically. You were already looking forward to it. That's a perfect idea.
Makes sense.
I think so too. You should go enjoy the day. I'll hang back here so I won't be a third wheel, and someone's gonna keep an eye on Cliff before he catches the whole kitchen on fire. Mom, you're not a third wheel. Gove stiffly stuck his arms against his side like a little child. A small smirk tugged at Kara's mouth. She winked. You know what I mean. Have a good walk. I'll see you both later. Cheerily, Cliff waved before going back to his cooking. Gove smiled warmly. Okay, bye. Bye, I'll see you soon. Gove trailed behind you as you walked into the welcoming summer sun. He stopped, closing his eyes to stretch his arms in the warm rays. You felt Cove take your hand. You took his hand. You linked your arms around his. Can I have a piggyback ride? I don't get that. You walked by his side. I'm gonna grab his arm. I like it better than holding hands. His heat soaked into you. I'm always cold, so I love it. It was better than any ray of sunshine. It was cold. You let out a satisfied hum. Back to the beach! Naturally, you found yourself heading down the road towards the beach. Your spirits rose even higher as you rolled across the sand, heading for the shopping district. Arriving, you walked past tourists who were taking in the sights for the very first time. Being a local was a badge of honor you wore proudly. You casually walked past the shops. Over the years, some had closed down, but many of the stores were still exactly the same as they were when you were younger. Cove snapped his head as far as he could go on to the side, so dramatically you couldn't have missed it. Something clearly caught his eye, but you couldn't see it.
Please?
There's a pretzel stand open today. Can we get one? So cute. Why are you asking me for permission? When his gaze found you again, he wore a bigger smile. You chuckled. Yeah, we can. You don't need to ask for my permission. Of course you can, but I don't want one though. You don't have to ask for my permission, what the hell? Does your heart want a pretzel? Yep, it does. For a moment, you both greatly laughed at that. You placed the hand over your own heart. Then, I think you should follow it. You're gonna get the one that comes with the little frosting cup, aren't you? That's right. I think I had a pretzel once in my life. I don't think I enjoyed that. It had like the super chunky pieces of salt on top of it. It was way so why would they put that much salt on the thing? Even chips, like crisps, they're not as salty as that was. Like huge chunk of salt on it. I had to like rub it off, but it was kind of like encrusted in it. It was really bad. I really regretted it. That was my only time experiencing pretzels. After that, you both happily made your way over. being pulled in faster by the delicious aroma of the stove. With that, you changed course to the pretzel stand for a snack break. Cove was very pleased by the morsel he picked up, and that was good to see. And they served it with cream cheese. But if you want to go for cream cheese, bagel is the best. It kind of have the same texture though. I think pretzels and bagels are kind of similar maybe. But bagel is way better. The sun arched across the sky as you went up and down the road as a pair. By the time you returned to the beach, day was beginning to fade into night. Cove kicked his shoes off, tossing them into the sand. He wanted to get his feet wet in the waves as fast as possible. You joined him. You avoided the water. Nah, if you want to go to the beach, you gotta get... but you know, then there's the sand, but it's already in the shoes anyway. Might as well take off the shoes. You know what? I'm gonna join you. In seconds, you had your feet free, and your shoes abandoned in the sand. You kept going until you were ankle deep in the water. Cove sighed contentedly. He followed his line of sight to the setting sun, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink. They really do such a good job in the background though. But it looks like a deserted island. Maybe that's what America looks like. I don't know. I mean, not America, that's California, right? We live in California, but like in a very small town. At first I thought it was like a European thingy, but maybe not. It really feels like summer now. He wore a bland smile when he turned to you. The light illuminated like a halo behind him, and the sight took your breath away. Bless you. Thank you, Dharma. I'm sorry I've been coughing so much. I don't know why. Sometimes I get coffee. I gotta get careful about that. In fact, it's hard to think of anything that feels more perfectly summer than moments exactly like this. Being here at sunset in Sunbird with you. I'm so glad that we were able to come back for a visit. You hummed in agreement. Your heart fluttered the moment you met Cove's eye. Your mouth lifted into a pleasant smile. I can relate. It's 30 degrees outside and I'm still sneezing. Aww. I was sneezing a lot today too, but I think it was because of the trees, the pollen and stuff. I don't per se have an allergy, but it's getting real lately. I don't know. But yeah, it makes me sneeze a lot. Maybe that's why I've been coughing so much. I don't know. Let me drink some more water. But like 30 degrees, it's really hot by the way. It's not even summer yet. I hope you're okay. To me, 30 degrees is fine. Over that, it's a little hot. But given that I'm always cold, 30 degrees I'm comfortable. Between 25 to 30 degrees, I feel awesome. 38 on Friday? Okay, that's too much. Oh my gosh, if it's 38 degrees plus humidity, this is the worst setup ever. I hate it when it's hot and humid. Well, I hate humidity in general actually. But like, yeah, humid summer is so hard to deal with. If it's a dry summer, then it's good. 38 is bearable. But yeah, I remember being somewhere where it was 38 and very humid. I would never in my sane mind use the AC, but like 38 degrees and humidity, I was like, okay, I get it why people have it. Okay, let's continue. I'm happy to, of course we could have ended up like this again sooner or later. It's a wonderful day. I guess it's not so bad being back in the old neighborhood. Yeah, I guess it's not so bad to be back. We're having a good time. With a snort, Cove glanced up, meeting your eyes with a knowing stare. You bit the inside of your cheek to prevent the laugh from escaping. I might have missed it. Your Cove murmured quietly, losing himself in his thoughts again. Shortly after, you saw his hand shoot down into the sand. You stood straight back up with a loop-sided smile and got to work brushing the sand off his prize. You knew without a single word, Cove found a new shell for yours collection. As you wandered down the beach, Cove followed your followed at your side in comfortable silence. Your shadows stretched across the sand like they were leading the way. Oh, that's a nice way to put it. The shadows stretched across the sand like they were leading the way. It's a really nice way to say it. The only noise you could hear were the soft footballs of your feet. Footballs? Wait, what? Footballs of your feet. Footfall! Oh, damn it. Okay, let's focus. I'm gonna try and focus a little bit more. The only noise you could hear were the soft footfall of your feet and the waves gently rocking onto the shore. For a moment in time, it felt like there were only the two of you in your own little world. Eventually, the bubble popped when you realized that your phone was going off. It was Ma, hoping that you were going to be back soon. Curious, Cove's eyes slid down to your phone. You let your hand fall back down to your side. You held your phone pressed against the palm of your hand. It's Ma. She wants to know when we'll be there. Cove scratched the back of his neck and shook his head. His mouth twitched just like he had a funny thought. Okay, I've got to focus more. But he looked so goofy, I was distracted by his face. Dang parents, always trying to make us come home before it gets too dark. You laughed. There's no escape from curfew as long as we're in this neighborhood. Parents are such a pain. It sucks that we have to leave already. Don't act like a little kid. Don't act like a little kid. Me? Yeah, who else? You stuck your tongue out and blew a raspberry. Blew a raspberry? Wait, what? Blew a raspberry? Huh? Cove rolled his eyes dramatically. Were we eating something? After one last glance, you put your phone away again. Cove gave a small shrug. Ready? Yup. Let's go. Together, you left the beach, feeling the call of home pulling you forward. The both of you ran off towards your mom's house, leaving the waves behind, but welcoming the beginning of summer. Cove and you ran up from the beach, sand flying from your steps. Cove made it to the road first, but you managed to catch up to him by the time you reached the house. It wasn't exactly a race, and yet it also was another competition. Both of you were laughing by the time you bumbled through your old front door together. You inhaled deeply and shouted loud enough to be heard anywhere in the house. We're here! Your moms were seated in the living room. Their eyes sparkled as they looked on you and your light dusting of sand.
Hello.
Welcome home! Mom leaned forward, eyebrows raised at your jubilant entrance. Ma sighed wistfully. Oh, that brings back memories. Cove chuckled shyly as he scratched the back of his head. I hope we're not too late. Nope, we're just in time. But you better start packing it up. Liz will be waiting. Ma nodded as she stood up from the seat. She slightly ran her finger over her clothes to smooth out the wrinkles. It took you a second to remember where you had put your stuff. You needed to get it all in the car so you could get everything back to your hotel. Can I help? You shrugged and directed him to your bags. With Cove, your moms, and yourself on the job, it only took one trip to the car to get everything. Cove firmly closed the trunk, and you thanked everyone for the assistance. Of course, kiddo. Come along, Stars family, let's get in the car. Sounds hot. Yeah, pretty hot. 38 degrees, pretty hot. That means you too, Cove. You know you're essentially family anyways. Thanks. Exactly. Well said, Orestia. Cove climbed into the backseat with a decidedly touched expression on his face. You got in on the other side. When everyone was situated and buckled, the engine was started and Ma pulled out onto the street. You couldn't help but feel amused to be stuck in the backseat with Cove, your mom's driving you around. It really was like you were a little kid again. Cove Gove caught you staring at him and gave you a bent smile. He was probably on the same wavelength as you from the sheer mischief in it. There was some light chattering on the drive. No one brought up anything too deep, and it mostly became swapping jokey stories. The entire trip was marked by a heavy sense of anticipation. Everyone was ecstatic to see Liz and hear what she had been up to. When you neared the airport, Mom pulled out her phone to call Liz. Ma followed the signs to the direct pickup area and asked for you to shout if you saw your sister. Yeah, Liz, we're at Wing B. There's a blue sign that says North America.
Alright.
Tell her that we're right in front of the building with blue windows. She said that she's outside, right by a yellow truck. I see that 3 yellow trucks. I think we're doing work at the airport. The back and forth continued, with Ma driving around in the wide, circular airport road while Mom attempted coordination between her and Liz's location. Aha! You leaned forward, peering out the front of the car. A tall poet's silhouette pulled a pale purple roll along a suitcase behind her. It was definitely Liz. Sorry about that. She waved to the car. Ma parked along the sidewalk next to her, and Mom put her phone away with a cheer. Mission accomplished, team! Ma excitedly reached over the grass to grab Mom's raised hand, thrilled that both of her kids were back.
Good job.
That's right. Liz came closer and yanked open the back door beside her. She popped her head into the car, her smile I'm so looking forward to see her, by the way. Ornery despite how tired she appeared. Oh gosh, she's gonna look so good, doesn't she? Oh my gosh, it's you. Oh, not yet, okay. It must have been a very long trip for her, yet her expression was the same familiar smirk that you had grown up with.
Hey.
Oh, she looks so cute. She looks so grown up. Oh my god. Yeah, anticipation. Look at that. Hello, children. I'm back. I know. I love this kind of summer dresses too, with the tied hair and everything. She looks so grown up. I love it. I've missed you, Liz. Okay, I'm gonna scream, Liz. Orestia. You smiled at her. You reached over and hugged her. Yes, I'm gonna hug her. You quickly unbuckled and then launched yourself at your sister. She wrapped her arms around you and squeezed. Well, hi to you too, kiddo. Hello, sweetie. It's so nice that you're here. Hi, Elizabeth. You jokingly huffed at her. We're not children. Whatever you say, baby boy. I like her so much. Oh my god, she called him little baby boy. That's so cute. I love it. Look at her smile. She's so cheeky and everything. Oh my god. Doesn't she look like me a little bit? I love her. She turned her gaze back to Mom and Ma. You really know how to make someone feel appreciated. Her spirits were high. You could tell she was just as happy to be here as everyone was to see her. She left the door open but ducked out to walk around to the back of the car. She opened the trunk and lifted her luggage in. I'm gonna move your junk, Orestia. I'll keep it in front of my bag so you can get it later. Ma's dropping you off first, right? Yeah, but that's not junk, it's important. Liz slammed the trunk closed without responding. Liz swung around to the open door. You noticed that her hair had a few flyaways, no doubt from a long day of traveling. She leaned against the frame of the car, giving you and Cove a significant look. I am not sitting in the middle. I already have 5 hours of that nightmare on the flight. There is no way I'm getting in between the two of you. I mean, Really, who would ever want to be the person pulling Cove, Holden, and Orestia apart? She's such a cute elephant. Cove puffed up indignantly yet again at her classic tease of your relationship. Liz continued along like she didn't notice. I don't care how you decide who's scooting. I figure you can fight it out somehow. Look at her bright smile. Cove glanced over at you and shrugged. He unbuckled his seatbelt and moved to the middle. Thanks, Cove. He's the one sitting in the middle? That doesn't make sense. I should be sitting in the middle so that I can sit next to Liz too. I guess I always have to be bossy sister. I'm sorry you're always in the middle, Cove. Some people just might get that way. Good job, I wasn't moving. Okay, my sister is here. I think I'm gonna tease him. Good job, I wasn't moving. Liz nodded and reached around Cove to offer you a high five. Nice, hold your ground. Cove shook his head but didn't object. He knew your thoughts on the middle seat. With the window seat open, Liz squished herself into the car and shut the door. When everyone was settled, Ma began to pull out.
Let's go.
We're off! Liz crossed her leg, compacting herself slightly. She braced most of her weight on the door behind her instead of sitting up straight. It gave her a little more room. Hopefully we finish the journey. This car is almost as old as we are.
No.
And it's still just as good as you are. Mommy is super witty too. All the complaining definitely means Liz is back. We're comparing to his junk car. Hey, I love this old car. All the complaining definitely means Liz is back. So complaints, Orestia. Mom turned up the radio as Ma merged into the highway. The station was familiar, the normal soundtrack for when she had driven you and Liz around town. Liz bounced in her seat, enjoying the classic tune. The song would be old enough to vote at this point. The song would be old enough to vote at this point. I got it. I got it a second later. If it was a person, that was hard to believe. With Liz, the conversation livened up, despite it getting later and later in the night. She told you all about her week and all the travel preparations she made. By the time she'd made it to the actual tale of travel itself, Liz started chuckling. On the plane, Liz had sat next to a couple of girls who had talked a lot about how well they could read people. Liz recounted their conversation with her in hilarious detail, as they had apparently tried to guess her occupation after only shaking her hand. Neither of the girls could agree with one another, and Liz had refused to just tell them. However, the drive to your hotel was only so long. Eventually, your group arrived. You yawned and got out of the car when it stopped. Cove clambered out after you. Liz gave a loud sigh of relief at all the extra space she found herself with. You and Cove grabbed the luggage and then waved off your family after you said your goodbyes. After they left, you and Cove went to go find your room. Ooh, that's a nice hotel room, okay, with like super expensive art on the wall, with wood and wool. Oh my gosh, the wool is in wood. That's the cheapest way to make a room in Minecraft, but in real life, having wood in the wall is quite expensive. Anyway, nice room, that's all I want to say. You scanned the key card to unlock your hotel room. It sounded out a soft beep, and you turned the handle of the door. The door cracked open when you craned your head in to take a look. The first thing you noticed was the large king-size bed in the middle of the room. It was a prime modern-looking space. It seemed clean to smelly faintly like floral air freshener. A smile played on Cove's face as he watched you take in the space. The bed's nice, huh? Which one of us is gonna use it? What the hell are you talking about? We're both sleeping in it, dude. You burst out laughing. You glared at him. Are you serious? Here we go again. Me? You can fend for yourself. I'm gonna just laugh at that. I'm just gonna laugh at that. That was a joke. Can you please share the bed? Yes. Thanks. I got a good hotel, didn't I? Yeah, actually, but we live in like in a touristy area. Must be expensive. Yeah, you picked out a nice one. It's passable, I guess you'll manage. Thanks for handling this. I'd say it's nice. It's the same hotel I would pick on my own. It makes sense you'd go for this one. Looks like your room at Kara's place. I don't think so. You nodded wordlessly in approval. I'm gonna say thank you for handling this because, yeah, choosing hotel and everything, it can be a nightmare. No problem. You beamed, glad to have your appreciation. You and Cove continued to chat as you settled in. You unpacked some of your stuff and checked out all the room's amenities. Cove pointed out the mini fridge and started puzzling over what could be ordered to the room. However, the fact was, you both were exhausted. It didn't take too many yawns before you both changed into your pajamas and called it a day. And as usual, no shower. You had to hunt along the wall to locate the light switch. When you finally found it, you flicked it off with a sense of triumph. Oh yeah, we didn't choose other clothes for him this time. There was no formal or whatever attire. You turned your head over to Cove, who stood behind you in his pajama. He was cozy and comfortable, but the pieces didn't match. He never minded that. We should get some sleep. Cove smiled, a soft expression that was adorable.
Alright.
Okay, let's go to sleep. Despite saying that it was bedtime, Cove took a step forward towards you. He wrapped his arms around your back, and you leaned into his embrace. Then he lifted you off your feet again. What? Still not putting you down, Cove promptly dropped himself backwards. Both of you crashed onto the tight touch sheets of the hotel bed. He laughed the entire time. Cove bounced on the landing and absorbed most of the impact. You laid on his chest, feeling a little jostled. You giggled alongside him. You're an absolute madman. You could have warned me. That was scary. Let's do it again. Let's do it again! You felt like a kid who had just ridden a roller coaster and had to get right back in line. That was the kind of thrill you lived for. He smiled up at the ceiling, a thought clearly crystallizing. My dad used to do that kind of thing to me when I was little, sort of. Nostalgia was clear in his voice. It was fond memory, and you felt something warm in your chest. You made a small noise of understanding that turned into a yawn. When Cove yawned in return, you pulled out the sheets until you were actually under the blankets. Good night, Cove. Night! Sweet dreams. You stuck your thumb out at him playfully. Hey, so do you know why pigeons are called pigeons when they actually have dogs? Aren't doves and pigeons different creatures though? I thought they were different, like the dove is white and the pigeon is grey or something like that. Like they're different species. What the hell? They are different species. You know what? Good night. Then you kissed his lip, then you kissed his nose, then you kissed his forehead, ruffled his hair, pinched his cheek, and shot a sleepy grin. You know what? I'm doing this for you, Rose. I'm gonna kiss his lips. Mwah! You shifted yourself closer so that you could lean in. You kissed Cove and felt his lips perk into a smile before kissing you back, obviously enjoying the goodnight kiss. Cove wrapped his arm around you and snuggled next to you. He let out a contented breath. You reached out to Cove under one arm, then used your other hand to comb through his hair. The two of you relaxed into one another, and you knew neither of you would want to be anywhere else. I can't believe we're really here. You and Liz and everyone else are gonna be here in Sunset Bird again. I was staring at all the scenery going by when we were driving here, and it honestly felt like we never left. He ran a hand down his face. I mean, in some ways, it feels like it's been ages and everything's different. Some of that is definitely because I'm staying at a hotel instead of in bed in my room at Dad's. But yeah. It's so weird. It feels natural to me. I don't even know how I feel. It's exciting. It's just hope it's going to go okay. You couldn't even put anything out you felt into words. I'm just gonna say, yeah, it is kind of weird when you go back to your old neighborhood like that and everything is kind of the same but also kind of a bit different. Cove nodded. He understood completely. looking. The yawn forced an interruption into the statement. Cole was underrated. No, undeterred. Not underrated, undeterred. I'm looking forward to this. He tucked his head into your neck. You felt his lashes flutter close against your skin. Same here.
See you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow, Orestia. His words were a whisper you barely heard. It might not even have been that exactly. You might have just been guessing. Cove always had a habit of mumbling. Yeah, just like me. It was okay either way, whether you heard it or only thought you heard. The sentiment was true regardless. Cove would see you tomorrow when he opened his eye and the sunlight returned to your hometown of sunset. You comfortably drifted off to sleep and eagerly awaited seeing Cove tomorrow as well. Your eyes gently opened to see a dim, unfamiliar ceiling. You recall where you were, a hotel room. Yawning, your muscle felt relaxed and warm enough that sleep threatened to pull you under again. Morning. Cove's voice brought you back to consciousness. The heat made sense now. You knew the comfortable weight against you was your boyfriend. His arm was wrapped around you and his fingers were tightly drawing shapes on your pajamas. You twisted over to face him fully. Morning. Did you sleep well? I did. The expression on his face softened the content side. You felt his index finger lightly traced out the shape of a heart. Oh, that's adorable. There's nothing but good dreams when you're around. You squeezed him adoringly in your arms. You snugged against his chest. You played with his hair joyfully. You gently kissed him. You let out a soft breath. You slipped out of bed to start the day. I'm gonna squeeze him. Pulling him closer, you hooked your chin in the warm space between his shoulder and his neck. Wait, how does he breathe in that position? But you know what? It's okay. Cove nuzzled his cheeks into your hair, holding you in return. Neither of you were making any moves to get out and actually start the day. It was sweet and comfortable to be wrapped up in Cove. You could indulge just a little while longer. Eventually, enough time flew by that there really weren't any minutes to spare. There were too many people waiting, so you both crawled out of the sheets together. Standing up, Cove took a few seconds to stretch. He glanced over at you with an animated expression. I'm really looking forward to your mom's anniversary tonight. It's gonna be fun. I think so too. This whole trip is great actually. Being here with everyone, it's like having another chance at being a kid. We can do all the stuff we used to, and all the things we never did but wanted to. Oh, yeah. Like what? Like drinking alcohol? We can't get drunk at mommy's party. That would be a bad idea. Something about the way Cole worded that dug up a memory you hadn't thought about in a long time. The first time you met his dad, and the money he offered you. Stop with this one! I'm never gonna tell him. I will never say it. Chewing at the inside of your cheek. It felt like a lifetime ago, but you knew that it would still matter to Cole if you knew. You just weren't entirely sure what it would mean to him. You snuck a quick peek at Cole, but his stare was already glued to you. He raised a questioning eyebrow, leaving the rest up to you. Actually, there's something I've been waiting to see you. Hey, it's a funny, but truthfully, I need to tell you something. It's really nothing. You shook your head. You never planned on telling him about that. I'm never gonna tell. What the hell? I'm not ever gonna tell. It didn't matter. Just a strange event you sometimes recalled. Confused, Cove slowly nodded. He waited another minute in vain, hoping that what was on your mind would stumble out. But you stayed silent. He shrugged. Okay. After that, you and Cove moved around each other, busily getting dressed and ready for the day. Light laughter and chatter filled the air the entire time. Bags were packed and phones were thought after. What, we were there just for one night? We're not gonna stay for the summer? You suddenly tossed Cove his phone when he hadn't been able to find it. You handed Cove his phone. You slapped Cove's butt instead as you went. You somehow lost a single sock, but Cove found it. You shook your head at Cove and you ran a hand through his hair instead of brushing it. Okay, all those options are really weird. Just let's go on with the story. What do you want me to do? I'm just gonna give him his phone, I guess. Thank you. He plucked his phone from your hand and slid it into his pocket. You struggled to keep your giggles in, and Cove raised a questioning brow. What is it? I watched you go past it probably 5 times.
Seriously?
Are you serious? Groaning, he resumed what he was doing before the phone crisis. When Cove's back was turned, you double-checked that you hadn't misplaced your phone either. You hadn't. Yeah, I didn't. I never do. There was nothing else stopping either of you now. In minutes, you were hopping into your ride and heading back to the neighborhood. It was another beautiful summer day in Sunset Bird. You couldn't resist rolling in the window down so you could absorb it all during the drive. Cove sat across the seat from you, near the opposite window. His gaze was locked outside, catching all the old landmarks the vehicle was passing. Your spirits rose even higher the moment you made it home once more. Eager, you hopped out of the car and let yourself inside. Your moms knew you were going to be there that morning. But the second you made it past the threshold, an excited scream nearly scared you out of your shoes. Oh my gosh, this is Lee! Look at her! Oh my god! Look at her! Oh my god! Look! Seriously! Look up! Go back! Look at her! Like, seriously! Oh my god! Oh my god! She looks so good! She looks so good! Yes! Pink hair and like, even the clothes! Look at that! The jeans! I mean, I'm not really into ripped jeans, but like, I like the style. I like it. Okay. Orestia, you're here! And guess what? I'm here too! While your heart rate settled, a broad grin quickly took your whole face. Since your cousin moved out on her own, you'd noticed that she really found her own groove. She looked like a little princess when she was younger, and now look at her, she looks stunning. She was still the same loving person she'd always been on the inside, but she expressed herself in new ways. He was strong, kind, and smart. Over the past few years, she graduated college with a degree in history. Aww, a degree in history? Isn't that the most useless degree ever? I mean, it's... Oh, I love history and I love studying history, but what do you do with your life when you study history? Work in a museum or become a history teacher? I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know what? It's fine. He was a star. I've already said that though. Okay. Though last you heard, she was pursuing her dreams, working towards getting into the music industry. Exactly. Yeah! What does she want to do? Is she a song producing person or is she a singer? Oh yeah! She was singing when she was younger! Lee! Hey, it's so nice to see you! You look great! Can I get some warning next time you're gonna screech? You smile. Lee! Excited, you shouted just as loud as she did. Lee hugged you tightly, nearly knocking you off your feet. Lee leaned to the side to glance past you and meet Cove's eyes. The grin on her face widened while she waved. Hi, Cove! Hey, nice to see you, Lee. I got in practically at dawn. It was a whole thing, but at least I made it here alive. Look at her! We didn't see the full outfit last time. She looks so good! You can tell she's super tall and she's tiny. Lee exhaled and slumped her shoulders to emphasize how exhausting the ordeal was. Behind her, Liz made her way over. She crossed her arms at the seam. I'm here too, in case you were wondering. I'm always wondering if you're there somewhere. Nope, I wasn't, but thanks anyway. You merely shrugged. You shook her head. I wasn't, but thanks anyway. Lee giggled and Lee's eyes narrowed at your remark. She seemed to stand up straighter and the demure smile on her face didn't move. It wouldn't kill you to say hello, you know? You neither, but I'm glad to see you too.
Thanks.
Thanks, the feeling's mutual. Another friendly shout rang out in the living room. It was as cheery as it ever was for the many times you'd heard it over the years. Is it Dexter? Oh, it's Ma. Oh, maybe we're going to see Miranda too and Terry. Let's see. Good morning, family. Your parents both came out from the side hall together. Morning.
Well,
Now that everyone is here, I do have a little something to mention. Ma put her hand lovingly over her wife. Mom leaned her head into Ma's with matching affection. We're still having dinner tonight, but Tam here actually made plans to take me out to brunch to celebrate our anniversary. Just the two of us. They're both. She's embarrassed. She's looking at the side and she's blushing so cute. Please, she hooked her hand around Ma's waist. Sorry to push you out, but I'm sure this group of mature grown-ups will be able to entertain themselves for an afternoon. We don't need to find a babysitter or anything. Totally. Yeah. Have fun, Mom. Don't worry about it. We can survive that easy. Enjoy your brunch. This works out actually. An afternoon open means there's time to meet up with Terry and Randy. We're gonna be with. Hopefully they're free today. Yes! Your two school friends still lived around the area. They knew you were coming for your mom's party, but when or how you might arrange to see each other wasn't set in stone.
Sounds good.
Definitely, we should call them.
all right.
I have some people I'd like to say hi to as well. Liz had her cell phone in hand, ready to get her plans met before she was even done speaking. Arching an eyebrow, she then directed the next part as Lee. Would you want to come along? We've missed out a lot of cousin bonding time in the past.
Yeah.
I'd love to! It would be an honor to hang out with you, Liz. Ah, so we're not hanging together. And whose fault is that? No fair, Lee meant to go with me. I want to go with Lee, but I don't want her to be alone. I hope we both have fun, you nodded. Is that a joke though? Because I didn't hear you ask her. Deflating, your sister was right. She beat you to that. It was okay though. You knew that. It was okay though. You knew that they'd have a fun day, and they deserve some time together. Bring her back in one piece. I have plans tonight. I will. They both said that. That's so cute. I thought I was talking to Liz, but excellent. It's settled. She squeezed her wife's hand. Her gaze took in the whole room, ecstatic to have the house full again. Today is going to be perfect.
Yes.
I think so too. It truly couldn't be happier with my wife, my children, and our whole beautiful family. It really is a wonderful anniversary. There was all and sweet comments from the group gathered around the couple of the hour. Seeing how your moms were, you couldn't help but hope that when you got to be their age, that you could be as proud of your life as them. Oh my gosh, they have such a perfect life. Oh my god. After that, you enthusiastically began setting up plans to meet up with your friends. They were both able to come see you, having kept their schedules free for this, and you couldn't wait. Cove was also speedily sending text messages. Since you conveyed the plans to Terry and Randy, you imagined that he was letting his parents know about what he was gonna be up to. The group continued to chat and catch up until it was time for your mom's brunch and your big meetup with your friends. Soon enough, everyone was out the door, looking forward to their fun-filled afternoon and the dinner later that night. Once outside of the neighborhood street, you looked at Cove. He stood at your side with a bland smile. Terry and Randy were driving into into town while you and Cole were traveling on foot to meet them at an easier to reach spot. Oh yeah, easier to reach spot. Okay. Man, we really are kids of scented bread again. Having to rely on other people who actually have cars to really get there. Now we're stuck walking to whatever is nearby. You nodded along, we're reverting back to infancy. We never drive anyway. Go rolled his eyes, landing them on your muesli. Fine, you're right. I do like walking. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. You bounced forward several steps and shot Cove a playful look over your shoulder. With that, the two of you began your trip down the old road. Damn, why can't I read properly today? This is awful. It's like I'm dropping frames, but like with myself. Let me drink a little bit more. It was a casual stroll into town, and before you knew it, you were at one of the large parking slots in Sunset Bed. It was the one that used to have the little crib stall. Dropping brains. Yeah, I'm dropping my brain all over the place. Remembering the delicious smell, you got lost in thoughts. The store did well enough that it moved into a full-sized building a couple of years ago now. You'd seen pictures, it was very cute. The parking lot was now just, an empty lot that cars could theoretically park in. Not many took the offer. Gove pulled out his phone, texting Terry and Randy in a group chat to let them know you'd made it. Someone must have answered already because Gove gave you a status update while still staring at the screen. Randy texted, "I can see you." Again! Oh, wait. The blare of a car horn cut you off. You and Cove both turned towards the source of the noise. One of the windows rolled down. Hey buddies! Your friends had arrived, making a spectacle of it, as expected. Being the only car meant that they got to pick the pick of the lot, so they pulled to stop in front of you. The window closed back up, and instead of two front doors popped open, Terry and Miranda stepped out onto the pavement. She's so cute. 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 Oh, she has purple eyes. Did I notice that last time? Oh my god. Hi, Cove. Hi, Orestia. With a cheery wave, Miranda skipped towards you. Terry, on the other hand, walked speedily over to Cove, squeezing him into a hug. A quiet laugh escaped Cove, along with the majority of the hair in his lung. He didn't fight the constriction, but instead gave Terry back a pat with a large grin spreading across his face. When he let Cove go, Terry came right up to you. He held his fist up for you to bump it. You hugged him instead. Oh, I've got to see Terry better. What the hell with the text? You hug him instead. You fist bump him. You smack his feet with a high five to make a turkey. You waved. I'm gonna hug everybody. Terry looks good too. The same blushing, the same. Terry's cute as hell. Side-stepping his fist, you wrapped Terry into a big hug. He held you back tightly, rocking you back and forth excitedly. It felt so nice to have your friend group reunited as adults. Terry was currently a full-time lifeguard down at the busier beach a town over. You were proud of him. It helped a lot of people in his line of work. Miranda took Cove's hand and one of yours in her other. Her eyes alight, she gave you both a gentle squeeze.
So great.
I'm so happy to see you again. Hi Terry, hi Miranda. He answered assuredly. It was clear that he was equally glad to see them. This reunion was long awaited. For a while, Miranda had been working hard as an assistant at a school while continuing her own education. She also kept busy running a small online shop, selling crafted knickknacks she made. Oh, she's an Etsy person! Sam, it's good to see you too. I miss you too. Ah, it's been forever. They look so cute. I want to tell them that they look so cute. Oh, stop that. The pink in her cheeks depend at your compliment. I mean it. I really do. Look at you. You knew how full Miranda's plate had been for a while now, but despite the busy schedule, she really did take the time to put together a fantastic look. Miranda released your hands. Giggling, she hides you both carefully. So, how have you been?
It's nice.
Things have been nice. Everything is perfect, it's fantastic. I've been doing well, I'm okay, no comment, you shrug. It's fantastic!
That's cool.
Yeah? I'm really glad for you. You stood more confidently and straightened your back. That made her giggle again. You're sparkling. What about you? I'm super. Is that something you say? You're super. Super. I've never heard that before. Teary sidled up next to Miranda and put an arm around her shoulder, sighing dreamily. Randy chuckled up at her boyfriend. Blushing. Everyone's blush. Everyone has blush on. Come on, guys. Yeah. Things have been unbelievable. He pressed his cheek against Miranda's, and she let out a light squeak. The sight put an amusement grin on your face. Your friends made a wonderful couple. They knew each other well and cared about each other so much. I'm having connection issues. Oh no, Dorma, no, I'm sorry, Dorma. I'm sorry. I don't know how long this stream is gonna be. Maybe it's gonna get better later. But this is the last chapter, so this is the end. I hope you're going to be able to witness that. But no pressure. It's from me. Oh, okay. Well, I hope it gets better. Internet connectivity issues, that sucks. Your friends made. Oh, I've already read that. It was no shock at all when you heard the news that they'd started dating. The corner of your mouth curled playfully while you took in the warm welcomes all around. At times, it was still kind of funny how your group of your friends evolved into two couples. Not that you were complaining about it. You thought it was an amazing thing. Gove then pulled his phone out and peeked at the screen. He repeated the motion every so often. You raised a curious eyebrow at his unusual behavior. Gove was too focused on whatever he was doing to even notice you noticing him, which was even stranger.
So...
is there anything either of you wants to do while we're here? Any place you want to see? I'd be up for a lot of things, but actually, there is something that I want to do right here. Yeah? What's that? Teary poked at Cove's arm playfully. Miranda met your eyes, silently asking if you had any idea what Cove was talking about. You shrugged. I just want to see my friends. Oh, he's being so happy. Cove, you're already doing that.
Well...
True, but I could be doing it even more. Wait, is there someone else coming? You, Terry, and Miranda all turned to Cove with identical incredulous expressions. His stares moved to a point past you three, and you heard the scrap of sand and gravel underfoot. Someone else stepped into the parking lot. Oh! Startled, you jumped at the call of the warm voice shouting over.
Sup, guys and gals?
Derek! Oh my gosh, Derek is so buff! Oh my god! I heard there's a Derek DLC too. Oh my gosh, Derek! Hello! Why is everyone so buff in this game? Whoa! Sup, guys and gals? Running a hand through his hair, the person who crossed the lot was unmistakably Derek Suarez. He was beaming the whole way. Do you remember? Buff, I know. Do you remember when we were kids, he asked me to marry him? He was like, you know, can we make a pact when we're older? Can we make a pact that we get married or something? I turned him down back then. Imagine if I said yes, what would happen? Was the game over from there? Oh, that's so weird though. Would have the game been over? It's so weird. It's been too long. Even though it hasn't actually been that long, but long enough. Derek! Whoa, I'm so glad you're here. Oh man, Hank alert. Hank? I don't know that word. You ran over and hugged him. You grabbed onto his arm excitedly. You waved at him. You know, I'm gonna grab his arm. Oh my god. Your man was struggling to wrap around the idea that Derek was actually there. You gently gripped his arm, putting a sweet look on his face. Ah, it's me, I swear.
I missed you.
Oh, I like his voice too. I missed you. He spoke to you gently. You were thrilled just being there, reunited with him. Derek was a good friend of yours, and he had been for a long time. Hey. He waved over at Terry and Miranda pleasantly. Over the years, they all had met several times in passing, simply through being friends with the same people. Sup, big man? Hi! It's great you could come. Cove put himself next to Derek. Happy, he clapped his hand on his friend's shoulder. Hi, thanks for coming.
Thanks.
Of course! Thanks for inviting me. Sheepishly, Cove looked back at you and the others. That's when it clicked in your mind. It wasn't his parents that he was texting earlier, it was Derek the entire time. Derek is in town for a few months to help my dad and his dad with some work. Yup, I'm working on my own business thing too, but I'm still involved with running the scuba shop when it's called for.
Very nifty.
Nifty. Humming, Derek elbowed Cove.
So?
But hey, you don't have to stand around for my sake. What's the plan? Let's hit the town. Eager to get going, everyone piled into Terry's car. The rest of the afternoon was spent visiting spots all over Sunset Bad, laughing and reminiscing the whole way. Once it started to get late, Terry brought you and Cove back to the neighborhood. You didn't have to walk there after all. You didn't get out until promises were made to see each other again before your trip ended. Side by side, you and Cove stood in the street and waved at the car as it drove away. Terry tapped the horn for 2 honks when Miranda stuck her hands out of the window to wave back. You got Derek in the back window, giving you both a wide grin. Aww! Sat in. As soon as the car turned down another street, they were finally out of sight. Well, that was one party. Time for another. Ready to go see your moms? Always! Let's keep the celebrating going. You shimmied a bit right there in the street for added emphasis. He looked at you amusedly, rolled his eyes. Come on, let's go! Spirited high, you and Cove crossed the distance to your house. It was almost time for the anniversary dinner. You'd barely stepped over the threshold of the condo before Ma descended eagerly welcoming you both. The usual greetings were followed by questions on everyone's well-being, after which the conversation moved on to excited chatter about tonight's dinner plans. Cove excused himself to the restroom to freshen up before being on the move again. What? Did he have to have the shirt open like this? Did we choose that for him? I don't remember doing that. I don't think I would have chosen that. But when he returned, you were shocked to see he had entirely changed outfits. Where did that come from? I packed it with me so I could get dressed before the dinner without having to go back to the hotel. Didn't you? Or maybe you have stuff still here at your mom's place? Oh, no, Cove, I didn't do that. But your mom's party is at the country club. And that's also where Liz took golf lessons. Not everyone is there in their Sunday best. It'd be different if we were going to one of the club's parties, but we're only going for a regular meal. Cove was as befuddled by your explanation as you were by his actions. He threw his arms up desperately for understanding.
Seriously?
Oh, can you not dress nicely for a country club? Well, you dress nicely by buttoning it up. This is too much. It looks like he has abs on his chest. This is weird. There's too much shadows. There's too much emphasis. I see you, by the way. I don't think the cypress is as special as you decided it is. You're so mad. She wasn't in formal clothes. She was one of the guests of honor. His front wobbled and his cheeks became far pinker. Look at his face. He looked down at his own self regrettably as he pulled at the cuff's hand of his shirt. He seemed more like a scolded child than a grown man dressed for his charity gala. Well, I wouldn't have let you go to the charity gala just like that. That's not okay. I thought she was gonna get changed while you and me were... Ma? No way. She'd need a whole lot more time for that. Well, it's okay. You look very nice. You're such a cutie. I love how much of an idiot you are. You're shrug, no comment needed. You patted his arm encouragingly. I'm gonna give him a compliment. It's okay, you look very nice. That hurt you a sheepish smile, though he still clearly wished his look hadn't garnered any extra attention. Cove's eyes stole a glance at the hall, as it was calculating if he'd have time for another quick change. Unfortunately for him, it was not meant to be. The time to head out came far quicker than he'd expected. Oh, Daddy's looking good too! Never seen Daddy with a buttoned-up shirt. Cliff and Kara swung by the condo to make sure everything was in order. And for your second surprise that night, Cliff was also in formal clothes. Cove's face excitedly whipped towards yours at the same time Cliff went to Kara's. The two men pointed at one another. See? He knows! Exactly, sport. Kara was talking to me like I was crazy. The aforementioned Kara placed a hand delicately yet dramatically across her eyes. Clifford, our son only knows this because you are the one who raised him. Cliff chuckled, his arm moving to scratch the back of his neck. Yeah, that's my boy. The hands of Cove's mouth gently bent up. He truly was his father's kid, in more ways than even he realized. They may be the only ones in the group, potentially the only guest at the entire club, all gussied up. I mean, it's not that formal either. But at least they could now take solace in one another. That looked to be good enough for them. All of the Stars family, as well as the honorary member Cliff, Kyra, and Cove, headed out at the same time to the Cypress. He was to be perfect reunion. An impeccably smart host greeted you on our arrival, smoothly leading the way to the set of tables reserved for your group. Once you'd settled in, chosen drinks were poured into delicate glasses. The food would be coming out later, letting you soak up the atmosphere for a little longer. Smiling, your parents faced a group of familiar faces, all gathered here together to share this special day with them. Mom reached over to take Ma's hand, clasping it between both of hers.
Thanks.
Thanks for being here tonight, gang. Marrying this lady right here is the best thing I've ever done, and there's no one else I'd want to celebrate that with. Yes, we're so lucky. Not only do we have each other, but we've got such a large and loving family through all of you. Around you, you heard people saying "aww" and chuckling appreciatively at the comment. Dee had clasped her hand tightly in front of her eyes shining. Your eyes met Lee's misty ones, and the affection she had for her mom's carried over to you too. They're kissing! Oh my god, it's so cute! You returned your attention towards the happy couple just as they leaned in to kiss, smiling all the while. Aww! The table responded with cheers and clapping, shouts of happy anniversary and other congratulations continuing even after they'd broken apart. Mom beamed as she watched Ma giggle dreamily. The waiters reappeared, delivering delicious plates of food, and the dinner began in earnest. Both conversation and laughter continued to flow freely as the night went on, with the two families relishing the opportunity to be together once more. Eventually, after your hunger and thirst had been fully satisfied, the plates were cleared and the evening began to draw to a close. Cliff and Kara exchanged goodbyes with your family before heading out together. Cove gave his goodbyes to his parents while hanging back until his moms were ready to head off. You were getting a lift back with your moms. It was already late, so you discussed the possibility of going straight to the hotel rather than going back to the condo. But Cove had asked if they mind taking him back to the neighborhood. He'd wanted to visit a little longer. Your moms had happily agreed. Yeah, he probably wants to go to the cliff again, not the cliff, the hill. Liz and Lee were feeling tired, so your mom swung by the hotel during the trip. Also, they're staying at the hotel too. During the trip home, while you and Cove made the full journey with them. Riding in the backseat of your mom's car with Cove felt more than a little nostalgic. As your eyes drifted over to him, his head rested on the window. It was hard to believe how much time had passed. Mom stretched as she got out of the car, smiling over her shoulder as she headed towards the house. Time to put my feet up. You two joining us? Cove shook his head. No thanks, it's your anniversary. You don't have to entertain me. I'll take a walk. It's never any trouble to have you over, Cove. Let him do as he pleases, Lanny. But you better not stay out too much later, or there'll be trouble. Ma chuckled as Mom waggled her finger, her expression exaggeratedly severe as she reprised a role that, in truth, she'd never really played. Neither of your parents had been particularly harsh as you'd grown up. Ma joined in the act. Don't go too wild just because there's no school tomorrow. Laughing, they made their way inside, leaving you standing out in the dark street with Cole. You didn't even need to ask him why. You already had the answer for this. He wasn't yet ready for the day to end. Without a word, Cove began to stroll down the road. You walked alongside him. You'd known your destination long before you arrived on the dark and utterly deserted beach. There were no lights down here, nothing but the moon and the stars for illumination. You know what? I've been on a beach with moon and stars. That's not a lot of light at all. You can't see much. You really can't see it at all, actually. The only sound were the gentle waves rolling in and out, and the soft sound of the footprints you left in the sand. In other words, it was perfect. Cove stepped out into the waves without a word. He looked up at the sky with a smile, then tucked his head down and began to pull his fancy shirt off. Okay. He tugged it over his head and loped it backwards, further up the beach and out of the reach of the wave. What are you doing? Yeah, Rose. I have to go. Have a great stream. Okay, Dharma, sorry you couldn't stay for the end. I'll tell you what happens next time. Have a good day, have a good evening, and see you next time. Bye bye. Thank you for being here. Didn't know I'd be getting a show. Thanks. Wait for me. You looked away embarrassed. You followed him into the water. You better not go any deeper into the water. Well, let's go to the water. Let's celebrate. You followed him to where the waves began to lap at the beach and began to waddle out in the water. Cove slipped his dress pants off and tossed them back in roughly the same direction as his shirt. What, isn't he already in the water? Wait, what? He was down to just his polka dot boxer brief. Sometimes you were really struck by the way in which he was braver than his younger self. Wasn't he the same when he was younger, walking around the town in just his like swimsuit or whatever? This was definitely one of those times. Bye, Dama, see you next time. He never even he never ever would have done this with you. He never ever would have done this when you were both living in the street on the street. Really, but he did this though. He wasn't really shy about being half naked most of the time. But you also know he still wouldn't do it with anyone other than someone he spent all those years with. You took off your shirt so that you could swim, but decided you didn't care if your clothes got wet. You thought it was so wild that Cove was going to actually swim right now. I don't care if my clothes get wet, this summer it's gonna dry. Cove waded further into the water until it came up to his chest. You followed Cove deeper onto the sea. Your wet clothes clung to your body, soaking up the water and weighing you down. A physical reminder of all the unwritten rules you were breaking. Cove grinned as you approached. I'm gonna be in so much trouble with my moms when we get back. Well, we're not going back to the hotel? Wait, what's happening?
I guess.
Yeah? Oh well. Think fast. It splashed water at you as soon as the word had left his lips, giving you no time to prepare. The splash had caught you full on, leaving you sputtering and drenched. You splashed him back, he swam away. You're a child. I'm gonna put it back in his face! Seeing that you were doing, Cove put his hand up for protection. It was no use. The water washed over him, leaving his hair soaked through. Cove sighed, then looked at you mournfully. The sudden shift in the mood alarmed you, but those worries disappeared as soon as you opened his mouth. We're still no mere folk. This world is cruel. You sneak out. After a moment, Cove's mock sadness broke, and he joined in. He's obsessed with mere people. This is so funny. The two of you wandered up, drifting further down along the shoreline, chatting and enjoying the chance to be back on the beach that had provided the backdrop for so much of your childhood. Eventually, a silhouette of structures appeared up ahead. As you drew closer, you realized there was the old playground. Cove spotted it too and hurried towards it, dragging himself out of the water and heading into the park. Wet sand coated his feet and lower legs with every step, clinging thickly enough that it began to resemble a bizarre pair of boots. As you followed him, you wondered how many visitors this little park got these days. There were officially no children living in that neighborhood now. Cove gazed at his surroundings in wide-eyed awe. He didn't care at all that he was soaking wet and dressed only in his underwear. Crouching, he gently pushed one of the child-sized swing seats, marveling at it all.
Wow.
I can't believe how tiny everything is. We were seriously small enough to use this. He was tiny when he was younger. He shook his head, unable to fathom just how little you'd both been when you first met, then walked over the monkey bars. Once, these had been a challenge for you. Now they were a little more than waist height next to Cove. They're always a challenge for me. Cove turned his back to the bars and hopped up onto them with ease, sitting on them comfortably. You sat on the bars with him. You leaned against the bars. You stood in front of him. I'm gonna lean against them. He was tramping adult Cove juxtaposed with the baby playground. This place had been something so excited to Cove back when he first arrived, and apparently it was to this day. Cove smiled eagerly as you approached, kicking his feet up in the air happily, briefly forgetting the low vantage point until the tip of his toe scraped along the ground. He continued to swing his feet, but with a little more care. You thought it was adorable. In this moment, you were home. It just so happened to be the place you'd grown up. But really, anywhere you could be with Cole was that for you. He had held a special place in your heart for so long, and so much of your life had been shared. You'd grown up on the same street, which had given you some common ground, but it went far beyond that. You had both chosen from a young age to share your life with each other. You wouldn't have it any other way. Here we go again. Here we are again. Here we are. The mood had shifted now. The funny impulsive night beach trip, with a spike of adrenaline that came from you playing in the water under the moonlight, had settled into something quieter and more nostalgic. Cove leaned back, tilting his head towards the sky to admire the stars above. The dinner was really nice. It was great to do all this. His smile, the smile he had when he spoke those words fell as quickly as it had appeared. It went by so fast. We all came out of here for the party. We all came out here for the party and it's over. We, Celie, our parents, we'll all be going back to our own things now. But what else can you do except say it's okay? I guess it's part of growing up. This place and these people, they're our foundation. It shaped who we are now, like making castles out of sand. I owe a lot to Sunset Bird. His eyes crinkled fondly, and Cove's voice was gentle when he spoke again. We had a good childhood, I think. I think so too. We are really lucky. We'll always remember our days here. Oh, you're sounding so old now. You simply shrugged. I think they're really lucky though.
Yeah.
I would love to grow up next to the beach and go to the sea every day. Yeah, you're right. He shook his head, sighing heavily. Alright. His smile took an uncharacteristically harsh twist. You had a feeling where this was going. We better get home before your dumb parents. Wait, what? We better get home before your dumb parents who don't know anything get mad. Okay, he's doing Jeremy again. You had to laugh at the half-hearted expression of the sorry kid you'd once encountered on this very park. He chuckled along with you for a moment before tempering off. I hope we don't get grounded. The joke kept coming. It was very amusing to imagine that not only could your mom somehow ground you as a fully grown and independent adult, but their powers extended over Cove as well. As much as you were enjoying being back here, Cove was right. You had to accept that you needed to go now. It was late and your moms were still expecting to see you before you got a ride back to the hotel. Cove hopped down from the bars, landing easily on the ground, only a short distance below. Before you could return, you had some clothes to retrieve from the beach. You retrode the same path. Retrode? I never see that word before. That mean returned? Oh no. Following the footprints down the shore you'd left in the sand only a little while earlier. Once Cove has scrounged. Okay, I can't do that word. Its abandoned clothes, you started to walk up the old path home, side by side. Why is he still naked? Droplets of water slipped down your skin and fell onto the road as you made your way back to your mom's house. Is it not dry yet? As you and Cole were still soaked and sandy from your earlier adventure, it was likely that you were leaving quite a trail in your wake. But you'd seen Cove's bedroom growing up. It was only natural for him. Yeah, it was always full of sand. The air was slightly humid, already pleasantly dense with moisture that felt like a hug as it closed behind you. Any damp footsteps that were left behind would take longer to dry in this weather. The signs of your adventure might even be visible when the sun came up the next day. Wait, what? How come it's not drying off? You hoped so. You quite liked the idea of you and Cove leaving your mark in your hometown again, even if only for a little while. Despite being out late and, in Cove's case, mostly undressed, the balmy summer night prevented you from feeling any chill. You were entirely comfortable. In truth, you felt warm inside and out. The day had been so lovely, spending time with your friends and family, and your eyes drifted over to Cove Holden. Just seeing him brought a smile to your face. You're such a good friend. You're my best friend, you know. You're my best friend, you know, pal. Cove beamed at you, his eyes sparkling behind the giant grit on his face. I feel the same way about you, exactly. Cove Holden, your boyfriend. Just seeing him brought a smile to your face. Yeah, a guy in his underwear on the street. I will laugh at him though. I always want to be with you. Cove, you make me so happy. You're truly my other half. Oh, I don't know. What should I say? You're truly my other half. Cove, you make me so happy. I always want to be with you. I don't know, because in my case, I don't think I'll ever want to be with anyone. I make my own happiness. I think I'm full already. Okay, I've got to think like another person. What another person would say? I think another person would say any of those actually. I don't want to get married at all. I don't want to get married though. And I feel like all these answers are going for a marriage proposal. Let's just be quiet. Let's be quiet. Okay. You enveloped him in a hug. You playfully bumped against him with your side. You kissed him. You reached for his hand. I don't want to be kissing a naked person in the street. You know, I'm just gonna bump into him. Cove stumbled to the side a little while a chuckle before regaining his balance and bumping into you in light-hearted retaliation. You were full of joy, all other concerns, and the day-to-day stresses of normal life were squeezed out by it. All you could think in that moment was how your life was wonderful. Every second and every day needed to end sometime, and that time had nearly come for tonight. You had to get at least some rest and bring it all to a close. And so the two of you went inside to say goodnight to your moms, as well as cleaning yourselves up before best as you could. Your moms both in pajama, ready for their own sleep, hooted with laughter as you came inside, disheveled and damp. And their teasing continued until the car came to... That's so funny. Until the car came to get you to the hotel. Cove stayed silent as he put his casual clothes on again, placing the formal ones back in the bag he brought with him. You'd given Mom and Ma plenty of material for a mock scolding, and you got a playful lecture about not getting into the water without bothering to change first. I don't know, I go into the sea, I always have my clothes on. It's fine, it dries usually. You just grinned as your partner in crime, feeling like a naughty kid again. It had been worth it. By the time you and Co finally dragged yourselves to the hotel room for the night, the sky had been dark for some time and the lonely hotel hallways were quiet. The late hour made you feel a sense of fulfillment. You really were making the most of your trip. It was such an odd thought that this was almost over. You had settled into this new routine naturally. All the familiar streets and faces made everything easy to get used to. The two of you drowsily shuffled past an ice machine and into your room. Cove set his phone on his bedside table, and you followed suit. You both started settling in for the night. The hotel room was a welcome sight after your long day. You noticed Cove rub the back of his neck and yawn. His voice was quiet and distant. I hope the pet sitter is doing good. Oh yeah, he has a pet sitter for his fish. Huh? Well, I guess you have to give them food at the appropriate time and make sure that the oxygen temperature and stuff is correct, I guess. The wish wasn't exactly directed to you, it was just simply a sleepy thought that Cove had unleashed upon the world at large. But he still agreed. I hope so too. Cove still kept fish after all these years, delightful, colorful things in huge aquariums. He apparently spent a lot of time watching them swim. His fish were the most important things at its place to him. You had not been surprised when he told you that he had found someone to look after them in his absence. Cove's anxiety about leaving them hadn't subsided. Over the vacation, you had caught him a few times texting the bed sitter and asking about his fish. Oh my god. I'm just a little worried. It'll be okay. You are even more tense than Cove. Nah, it's gonna be okay. Cove turned his head to you, the nervousness still coming off despite his exhaustion. I know what you mean, but you choose that person for a reason. You trust them. But they're all fine. They just miss you. Cove smiled, appreciative of your comfort. You nodded in satisfaction, mission accomplished. Cove yawned widely. He seemed confused at the magnitude of it. He groggily blinked at you. I think it's time for bed. You squinted at your wrist, and it looked... you squinted as your... Oh, damn it. You squinted at your wrist, as if looking at a watch. Yeah, it's bedtime o'clock. The two of you got changed and brushed your teeth and take a shower. In no time at all, both of you were cozy and ready to sleep. After that, you flopped onto your side in the shared bed. Cove headed over to his side and you felt the mattress deep under his weight. You tucked yourself under the covers and Cove snuggled in closer to the middle. You turned on your side to face him and scooted slightly closer. Your noses almost touched, and Cove watched you with a soft expression on his face. Cove gently spoke, his words like a lullaby.
Night.
Good night, Orestia. Night. Cove's eyes fluttered shut, and he let out a contented sigh. There was a warmth from Cove's body next to you. He was right there. His presence was comforting, perfect for lulling you to sleep. His presence was alluring. You really wanted your hands on him. I think it's comforting. And I want to go to sleep. I mean, if there was something to squeeze, why not? But he's so bulky, I don't think I want my hands on him. Let's go to sleep. Your eyes fell closed sometimes after. You were not sure exactly when, only the fact that they were now too heavy to open. You felt a mixture of bitter and sweet emotions. You were happy to be here, but sad it was ending. There was a relief that you would soon be in your own home again, but also wondering when you could return here. There were many more feelings swirling around in your head that hadn't been crystallized into thoughts yet. Paradoxically, you felt nice, but also confused. But then, also nice from the confusion. Huh? In the back of your head, you realized that you really must be tired. And surprisingly, your exhaustion did not give you too much time to muse on your emotion. And in what felt like seconds, you were already dreaming. The dreams dancing around your head became fragmented and faded until you couldn't remember a thing about them at all. You were growing more aware of the real world. You woke up on your own. You woke up to the alarm, Cove gently waking you. Yeah, wake me up. You woke up feeling enveloped by warmth. Humming happily, you felt Cove's finger trail up your arm. You opened your eyes with a smile. Groggily, you struggled to keep your eyes half open. You pouted and squeezed your eyes shut. Closing your eyes again, you snuggled into Cove. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's close my eyes again. Let's go back for more. You nuzzled into his chest, letting out a delighted sight. The warmth of your breath sent a shiver through his body. You wrapped your arms around him, holding him there. Not that Cove minded too much, he happily held you back. The sleepy morning couldn't last too long though, and eventually you felt Cove's thumb rubbing circles on your shoulder, trying to ease your back awake.
It's okay.
I don't want to leave either, but it's got to be done. We have to get up, Orestia. Once we get past today, we can spend as much time in bed together as you want, okay? Delighted, you nuzzled your cheek into him. You could feel his fingers aimlessly drawing squiggles and circles on your skin. I like the sound of that. You sat up fully with a big yawn, stretching your back, then your arms, and lastly your neck before accepting the day. The blanket fell to the side while you swung your legs over the side of the bed. A part of it almost got caught on your foot, but you kicked it away. Cove slipped out of bed the opposite side. Today would be your last day in Sunset Bath. The only thing you had planned was some family time in the old neighborhood. You figured you'd see where the day took you from there. Yawning again, you glanced over at your clothes. There were just one more day to leave out of your bag. I'm really looking forward to having my full wardrobe again. I don't have anything clean left, but oh well. Hey Cove, is there anything you'd like to see me in today? You simply started sorting through the pile for something to put on. You know what? Oh well. You stared at Cove, holding up a handful of balled-up socks and laughed he shrugged.
It's okay.
We've all been there. I don't think anybody's gonna notice. Yeah, I doubt it. Alright, alright, let's get things going. Our families are waiting. Nadingo and Cove swiftly finished getting ready in the small hotel room. As soon as you had your stuff together and were ready to go, you were off. During the ride there, you and Cove decided to visit his dad's house first this time. When you got dropped off, Cove eagerly dropped out into the street with his eyes locked on his father's condo. Your gaze fell on your boyfriend. He stood in the middle of the street where you grew up together, while the summer sun made him shine. Aww! Isn't that a cute way to set it up? Ugh, sorry, let me stretch a bit. Oh, it's almost been 3 hours already. Okay. Though he was the brightest light in your eyes no matter what, a playful grin spread across your face. It was a beautiful day and a beautiful boy. Aww, that's cute. Cove strode up to his old front door and casually flung it open without bothering to knock once again. You followed at his side as he poked his head in. You closed the door behind you both. Hello? You found Cliff and Kara in the kitchen, getting breakfast ready. Kara was cutting an apple while Cliff was watching a frying pan sizzle. Cove's parents waved from across the room, not straying from their tasks. Good morning, you two. Yeah, morning and hello to you. I hope you slept well.
Thanks.
Thanks for swinging by. You're more than welcome to join us for breakfast here, if you haven't already eaten, of course. We haven't yet, though even if we had, there's always more room for more. Kara chuckled. She put down the knife she had in her hand so that all her attention could be on her son. You're still my giant growing baby boy. Mom, please. Kara didn't pay Cove's whining any mind. Instead, she put a finger up to her lip as she thought, her eyes on you, and then glimpsed towards the window.
What do you think?
I wonder. Do you think your family's eaten yet, Orestia? I'm not sure. Cove and I came over here first. Your eyes flickered. Oh, everybody! Family breakfast! Your eyes flickered over to the clock of their own. Oh my god. Given the time, your moms may have eaten, or they could be having a slower morning. It was a coin toss either way. Well, give them a call. They could come over. Cove nodded, a sage expression on his face. Making them breakfast is the least we could do after how much food I had at their house growing up.
Right.
True, but very true. Alright. You took out your phone. Even though your mom both had cells for years, the house number was the one that you had memorized as a kid and the first entry on your contact list. Hi, Vicky! Finally got home! Woo! Yay! Finally! That took a while. As the call connected, you tapped the speaker button. You figured it would be easier if everyone could hear what was going on. You heard a click and familiar static.
Hello.
Hello, Orestia. It's nice to hear from you. Hey, Ma. Good morning. I'm across the street right now, and Cole's family wanted me to invite everyone to breakfast. Do you want to come over? That sounds delightful! Pamela and I can do that. Liz and me should be able to make it too. What will be fine? Cliff took a step forward and spoke loudly so that his voice would be picked up. It definitely would be. The more the merrier.
Marvelous.
We may have gotten together for dinner last night, but there's no law that can't do it again for breakfast today. Enjoy the company while you can, is that what I think? Internet at my work sucks. That sucks. How come work internet is bad? Work internet is supposed to be best. Isn't it corporate internet though? Corporate internet is the best usually. Hey ho! Actually been here for an hour and a half. Oh my god. Hello! Hope you're doing okay. You're so busy with work, oh my gosh. You're so busy that you have to work? That sucks. Well, I hope you've been enjoying your time. Matt giggled, and you could hear some rustling over the line. Thank you. I'll let them know when we'll be right over. Cliff gave a thumbs up. Cove shook his head with amusement. Dad, just give a thumb. Whenever I try to go down, I mumble even more. When I say go down, I'm talking about my voice, right? When I try to get my voice to go down, I mumble more. It's hard to do a man voice, and it's barely even noticeable. It's barely even noticeable though. I'm trying my best. Dad just gave the thumbs up. I'm telling you since you can't see him over the phone. Kara snorted and Ma's loafer rang out. Still in the kitchen. Cliff switched the thumbs up. What do you mean sure? Yeah, it's hard for me to have a lower voice. Cliff switched the thumbs up and to instead scratch the back of his head.
See you.
Well, it sounds like we'll see you soon. Goodbye for a little while. You could feel her smile from her voice. Bye, Ma. I'm just passing by to say that my PNG tutorial lore is almost ready to begin streaming. Woo! As you can see, it will have something to do with you, Orestia. It has something to do with me. Universe, space, etc. Oh, you're gonna be a space creature! That's awesome. Or maybe you're just an alien? Or maybe you're just traveling in space. Traveling in space and time. Are you the doctor? I love the doctor. No one can be the doctor except for the doctor though, so you can't be the doctor. You ended the call with a satisfying tap on the red button. Cliff's eyes wandered around the space. We better get cooking.
Sounds good.
I can help. Me too. No way, you're the guests. I'm so intent on guest stuff. I wish I was a doctor. Everybody wishes to be the doctor, but you can't be the doctor. Kara and I have got this. She grinned. There was something playful in the twist of her lips.
Right.
I couldn't have said better myself, Cliff. I've been in your spot before. There's no choice but to accept it. Oh yeah, because he didn't let her do anything last time she visited. But what, this time she's cooking? He's letting her cook? Is she living here? Huh? Cole sighed, but from the sparkle in his eyes, you could see that he was entertained. Fine. We'll just hang out over here, I guess. Good. Gove walked over to the living room and gestured to the couch. You both took a seat, getting a comfortable spot to wait for the food and family. Gove tilted toward his parents with his chin, then shook his head with a gentle smile, silently asking if you could believe this. All you had was a silent track. Time passed, filled with light chatting. Gove kept a careful watch on his parents' culinary progress and teasingly kept a running commentary. Dad had another pinch of salt. I wonder if it was a good idea. Why does it always seem they're blushing? I know, they're all blushing so much, but I think there's different type of blushing, okay? Like she's happily blushing right now, and he's tenderly blushing in here, and he's not blushing, it's just hand. They're not only blushing with embarrassment, I think they're blushing for many reasons. But it's true, they're blushing all the time. But it's good, I think it's always a good... Yeah, I guess. Cliff had to raise his voice to project over the living room. He sounded very amused. It's funny that you old people are commenting on my salt usage. We were both born and raised in salt water. Besides, I'm sure you remember back when you were about 12 and tried to make Go flush. He's flushing even more. Go flush slightly, but his smile remained as bright as ever. Do you really want to start talking about cooking mistakes, Dad? Because I remember a lot of things too. Like, what about that chowder that was supposed to be a pie? It seems they live in a sunny place, so I'm assuming they have that cute sunburn in their faces. Yeah, they're probably sunburned, that's what it is. It's intensifying with their emotion. It's an emotion sunburn. The sun is speaking through them. Yeah, that's what it is. Gove and his family were quite a show to listen to. You chimed in occasionally, but mostly you provided the love track. Seriously, I'm reduced to be a love track now? Oh my god. Eventually, there was a rhythmic knock on the door.
Oh.
That's them. He said it loudly for his parents' benefit. You know they didn't go up to greet your family. When you opened the door, surprisingly, there were no moms. Oh, there was no moms! Ooh! Ah, what are they doing here? Terry stood in front with Miranda at his side. Derek waved from behind them. Oh, what are they doing there? Hey, buddies. We came to see you too before you left. The plan would have been to go over to Orestia's house next if you weren't here. Luckily, you two aren't too hard to find. What he said and hi. Cove burst into happy laughter. His brows were high in surprise, not unlike how he looked after unwrapping a nice present. Whoa, thanks for coming! Hello! Carol's voice carried through the house from the kitchen. Cliff likewise projected. Great, the whole gang will be there! And you heard the sound of the cabinet open and shut. The pan clattered and the faucet turned on. It's gonna cook more.
Interrupting something?
Are we interrupting something? My parents, sister, and cousin are coming over for breakfast. They should be here in a few minutes. Yep, but my dad always makes a ton of food anyways. It's no problem for you two guys join in. Cove waved off their consent before posing with a thoughtful arm. The only real problem is, do we have enough places, all these people to sit? He peered back into the house and started counting the dining room table chairs and bar stools. 5, 6. Cliff interrupted when Cove began trying to use his fingers to connect the different chairs to different guests.
No worries.
Don't worry. Some people can squish together on the sofas. It'll be fine. This really is going to be a party. Well, I'll be happy to accept the invitation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to be crazy to skip out on this.
Thanks.
Thank you for making room. We're really glad that you came. Your three friends finally piled into the house. Before they had a chance to settle in, the doorbell rang. Only Miranda had sat down.
All right.
Now that has to be them. People laughed as he walked back over the door and opened it. Yeah, they look so good. They look so good. He was right this time. It was your parents, Liz and Lee, all crowded at the front step. Look at them! They look so good! Oh my gosh, I've got a huge crush on Lee! Lee is adorable! Oh my gosh, Lee could be a VTuber! Look at her! She looks amazing! She has the same hair as me, and different type clothes, but I like it. They squinted into the house. You were surprised at just how many greetings there were. The sheer force of the chorus of hellos was impressive. How did they beat us here? How early did Orestia call you? We're literally across the street. Terry nodded at your sister's confusion. He seemed quite pleased with himself. We were surprised. We called ourselves.
Cool.
Very cool. Cliff smirked as he adjusted the fittings on the stovetop. It's a little more crowded than expected, but we're making it work. Cove led the final group to complete the picture inside, and they took the chance to greet you, along with everyone else. When the excited energy buzzing around the table started to calm, you had a second to truly appreciate this view. The most important people in your life all together again. It still felt too good to be true to have everyone here. And then you noticed that Kara stood back up. She clapped her hands once in a satisfying smack. I hate to interrupt, but I thought you'd want to know that the food's done cooking. Clive crossed the floor to pass a pile of silverware on the table, and then he dropped stuff off on other surfaces around the rest of the living room. When he was done, he gestured toward the food.
Okay.
The plates are in the kitchen. Serve yourselves and sit wherever you like. Self-serving. That's fun. The guests happily formed a line, and the meal was steadily passed around. Before long, each person claimed a seat in the Holden living room area. Some of the tables older than the kitchen island, and some situated at the couches. Conversations trickled across the various cluster of friends as everyone dug in. That's actually so nice! Getting everyone surprisingly for breakfast. Yeah, usually I just have chocolate for breakfast, but having a whole group of people to chat with at breakfast is actually pretty nice. Only once in a while though. Every day would be awful. This is really cool. Just how we're getting to do these kind of things. I like these two goals. I hope we'll be able to make this happen again. Of course, there'll always be more reasons to get the gang back together in the future. Yeah, of course. Yes, the two of you might even dare to celebrate your yearly anniversary, gasp, every year. The smirk on Lee's face grew only wider as your mom giggled at the teasing. Ma shook her head, chuckling softer now.
Shush.
Please, shush.
True.
Honestly, we just might. You've made a good point. It does come around every year. You should. Seriously, you deserve a big celebration for a magical day. The kids are right. You've got a lot of people who want to appreciate you. You've got to give them a chance. Wait, what anniversary are they talking about? Oh, are we talking about mummies? No, they're talking about me. But like, what anniversary? We are not married. It's true. I know I have a lot to thank you for. There were more nods of agreement around the room, and your moms took each other's hands for support. Neither were expecting so much encouragement. Oh no, we are talking about them. Okay. Well, we'll think about it. Everyone is blushing again, yeah, I know. She'll think about it and I'll tell Lani to stop thinking so hard so she doesn't agree. What? Let's do this every year though. Pam!
Good.
Good job, Mom. Now with that settled, let us continue to enjoy this perfect gathering. Great. Actually, you wanna know who else being here would make it extra perfect? Wait, what? Who? Let me think. Well, Derek and Terry and Miranda are there. Who are we missing? I'm thinking the fish. Are we missing the fish? Who are we missing? Who would be better here? What? Am I pregnant? I wanna know. Who would be here? As amazing as this was, you couldn't help but think of absent faces. In seconds, everyone curiously turned their attention to you. Shiloh? But Shiloh doesn't remember us. Jeremy, we don't like that kid. Baxter? But we only met him for one summer and we never heard of him 5 years later. Did we give us? Yeah, we did give him our number and he never called. Oh, rude. But there's no way Shiloh, we met him 5 years ago and he didn't remember us at all. That was really awkward. Never mind. Well, you got me excited for it. Never mind. Well, let's go with Baxter then, I guess. Gulf turned to you with a genuinely thoughtful look. He rubbed at his forearm while he composed his words. It'd be kind of interesting to see what Baxter would be like now. I think I wouldn't mind seeing him again, though I'd probably be awkward. Yeah, that's what I think so too. I just want to know.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah, Baxter was that cool guy with the eyes, shirt, and the fancy rental car, right? I liked him. He was pretty nice. He was. Shiloh is another one person, but Shiloh doesn't really remembers us. You left things there. Yeah. Let's leave it there. Okay. There was a playfulness in Kara's stare as she scanned the room. She slowly placed her index finger on her chin. Now that I think of it, there's something I haven't done in a while. Eyebrows were raised and Kara was in complete thought. She was wordlessly urged to continue. Kara didn't hesitate. Look through all the photos Cliff has there. Wouldn't that be fun for all of us? Looking at pictures or taking pictures? What? Mom, why would you say that? Practically all of those photos are of me.
Very cute.
And that's why embarrassing my baby boy is just one of the perks of being a mom. Much of Cove's dismay, his mom was thoroughly entertained at his outburst. She winked in your direction. Meanwhile, Cliff eagerly stood up with a wave of proud affection for his son and completely missed Kara's teasing intent.
Oh.
I think that's a great idea. Anyone's interested in these pictures? Wait, what? I read too many manga to think they are all junk or buzz. No, they're not. It's the morning. No one is drinking. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah? Lee shot her hand out before Cliff could even take a full step. Teary and Miranda snugged each other a glance before nodding with a matching grins. Alcoholics drink in the morning. The whole family is alcoholic. Oh my gosh, what did they put in the tea? What did they put in the tea? So it wasn't sunburn after all?
That's fantastic.
That would be lovely, Cliff. Mom tried to hide her amusement behind her hand, but she couldn't stop the snooker that slipped out. Oh boy. I've seen all of them before, but they never get old. I want to see them. You shrugged and checkmate, you nodded. Poor Cove. Everyone loves to pick on you. Everyone loves to pick on you. Only out of love. A snort of giggles slipped out of Liz before she could hide her mouth with her hand. She shook her head, feeling embarrassed by Kara's knowing smile and unwavering gaze. Of course. Cove buried his face in his hands and sighed slowly, his shoulders deflated in defeat. Fine, we can take a look. Everyone happy with picture time? Yeah!
Fun.
Yes! They both excitedly raised a fist in victory. Smaller cheers worked their way around the room. Your friends and family were delighted with this turn of events. I'm gonna drink more water. Cliff flipped open his faded album with physical pictures. Oh, it's an actual album. Okay. He held it up to his face. The corners of his eyes crinkled, and though the book covered much of his face, you were certain he was smiling fondly. But he didn't keep it to himself long. Laying the family's album on the dining table, you and the rest of the party gathered around to get a peek. Adorable. That's a bit awkward though. Everyone, like the family, the friends, all gathered just to look at his baby picture. Oh my god, that's so embarrassing for him. The first picture on the first page was Baby Cove in a cute little onesie. There were several coos and howls from the group, and Cliff's eyes were shiny with tears as he sniffled. He's grown so much. Cove was such a cute kid. That's my darling Angel. Nice onesie, Cove. How precious. Even as a baby, you looked unimpressed. How precious. At that, Cove's pout twisted into a shy smile. Do you even realize that you were the cutest baby? People say that about every baby. His answer was mumbled and accompanied by a roll of his eye. Pressing your lips into a hard line, you firmly shook your head. I have eyes, and they've concluded that you were the most adorable baby. Go lightly swatted your words away. Despite his attempts to deny your claims, there was a happy shine to his whole demeanor. After breakfast and the photo showcase, everyone decided to stick around. Hanging around Mr. Holden's house turned into taking a walk around the neighborhood. And then, for your lunch, you switched over to your mom's combo. Oh, so we eat and then we go and eat again. That's awesome! I want a holiday like that! It was a really good time, enjoying each other's company, but eventually the sun began to set. And there was dinner! We have to eat again! But eventually the sun began to set, and there was nothing else to delay your friends and family from going home. We've gotta go now. Inside your mom's house, the home had been raised in. Okay, let's do that again. Inside your mom's house, the home you had been raised in, the group was taking their time, saying their goodbyes. It was tough for you, your family, your friends. You knew what was waiting on the moon. It might be some time before you'd see one another again. What? It's not like I live far. It was only a ride away. It was a pleasure having you all here, and you're welcome to come around again, anytime. Ma wrapped an arm around Mom with a light chuckle. Mom leaned her head gently into her wife, and they both beamed.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I know we're all adults with our own hectic lives, but we appreciate the time taken to visit. Snorting, Liz crossed her arms. She leaned one hip out to the side while her lips curled teasingly. You make it sound like it was such a struggle. Some of these people still live here, and it was a vacation for everyone else. Even so, it was very thoughtful, and I hope everyone has a safe trip home. Kara clapped a hand on Cliff's shoulder. He was puzzled as she leaned in so he could hear her. That means you too. It's dangerous crossing the street. Remember to look both ways. Hey, now. Yeah, good luck with all the important grown-up things I'm sure you'll have to do when you're all out of here. Definitely! I give updates next time something exciting happens or something lame so I can invent about it. How nice! I'm gladly won't be forgetting the little people. Never ever. I'll keep in touch too. Oh, did I do that?
Very nice.
You better. Well, me and Randy aren't going far, so we can keep an eye on the town for the rest of you. Nothing will get past us. Right, we'll make sure everything is okay. No need to worry at all.
Thanks.
That's kind of you. Miranda and Terry gave each other pleased smiles, already committing to their self-appointed task. The Rex scratched the back of his head, wearing a pensive look. It's always sad when I have to leave this town. It happens too often, but at least there will be people looking out for Sunset Bird. That makes me feel better about it. After a pause, Mr. Holden gave the younger folks a thumbs up.
Great.
That's so great. You've got a lot to be proud of, and a lot to be looking forward to. Well said, Cliff. I'm thankful that I've been privileged to witness the growth you've undergone over the years. You've each matured beautifully. Gove was touched by his parents' words and struggled to come up with something to follow. Yeah, it's been good seeing everyone. No one had taken a step yet, and you couldn't put this off any longer. It was time to say goodbye. Goodbye, I'll see you again. I'll miss you. This was fun. Thanks for being here. I'm so glad we got to do this. This was fun. I'll see you again. Thanks for being here. I want to say everything. Thanks for being here. There were heartfelt smiles and nods around the whole group. Thanks for the invitation. Yeah, thanks for letting us join in. Seriously, this would have been just family, so it means a ton. Today wouldn't have been right without any of you.
Yes.
Orestia's right. Besides, after witnessing you kids grow up, we're all family. I overdid it. Your group of friends all wore various bashful and embarrassed expressions. Everyone is blushing again, everyone is drunk, or everyone is sunburned. I don't know anymore. But they appeared genuinely happier by your mass declaration. After there was more sniffling and hugs, a lot of hugs, then people started trailing out into the street, seeing each other off. Your friends and family got into their cars and left the neighborhood. By the time things had fully settled, you realized that the sun had set. Are we going to the beach again? Earlier, you and Cove decided on having a car pick you both up. Neither of you wanted to bother your parents after such a long day. It would be a little while longer before it would be there, though. It was the right choice, as both sets of parents showed you weary looks. The forest seemed rather to call it a night. It didn't take either of you or Cove very long to assure them that it was okay to head home and to go to bed. It's that late? Oh my god. With one more round of goodnight and goodbyes, your families returned to the condos. Then, the only people left on the street were you and Cove. Cove closed his eyes, humming happily. While he waited for it to pass, he stared up at the sky. Cove's hands were in his pockets, and his shoulders were relaxed, when he caught your attention with a tilt of his head. Can you guess what I'm thinking? He wants to go to the hills! Well, at that moment you were in the neighborhood you grew up in together, with some time to spare. You rolled your shoulders back and pretended to crack a few of your knuckles. An amused look fidgeted on Cove's face while he observed you silently. Could you perhaps be thinking that the fireflies are out now?
Right.
I knew it. Right. Do you want to go to the Puppy Hill before we leave? Always. There was an eager bounce in your step as you and Cove crossed over towards the hill behind your mom's house. Side by side, you stared out at the view in awe. Wah! Bugs everywhere. As you imagined, the hill was dotted with the glowing firefly light. It perfectly reflected the memories of childhood held closely in your mind. Cove sighed it contentedly, seeing them across the hill weaving in around the blades of grass and the stars above. Cove cocked his head to the side before his expression twisted playfully when he met your eye. You were about to prod him about what was on his mind, when he took off running. I bet I'll catch one first. Oh, it's on. You laughed and watched him try to catch one instead. You cheered him on. I'm gonna cheer on him. I don't wanna run around catching fireflies. You do your thing. Amused, you watched Cove hop across the field. So far, the twinkling bugs continued to elude him. You can do it! I believe in you! Cove froze in place and snapped his startled gaze in your direction. Your lips tugged into a grin while you clapped your hands together. You'll catch the next one! Cove nodded bashfully before turning back to his mission. You saw him follow another firefly in a circle, and the faint sound of his laughter was carried over to you in the night air. The pursuit for fireflies continued until a handful had been caught. Cove crossed over to you with a bright grin that could rival every twinkle bug and star on you. Cupped between both his hands, Cove carefully held a firefly. The corners of his mouth twisted before a few giggles escaped him, and you knew that feeling well. The way the firefly would buzz around, tickling the palms of your hand. Cove's eyelid fluttered open, meeting yours. He watched you with a complicated mix of emotions. heavy with the weight of 15 years of history and of memories. Well, we live in the same. We live close by. Don't worry, we're gonna see each other tomorrow too. It's really a relief that I got to see the fireflies. This trip wouldn't have felt complete without it. Yeah, I think you're right. You spotted another firefly lowering your eye level before looping it up to the top of Cove's head. It landed right on his head, and you smirked. What? You have a very tiny firefly hat. I do? Before you could answer, the firefly took off and disappeared into the night. You gave it a tiny wave goodbye. Well, that didn't last very long. That's too bad. I remember them as my tiny hat forever. Me too. Taking a deep breath, Cove held your eye. He appeared to be conflicted about what he wanted to say next, and you waited for him to make his choice. It's so strange not to live here anymore. Most of my life, neither of us were ever really away from Sunset Bar. Well, unless one of us went on a trip somewhere. Or when both our family took trips together, remember that? He chuckled, losing himself to fond reminiscing. You couldn't help but match his grin. I like that road trip one a lot, though I don't think we all could squish into that RV again. We're way too big. Laughing, Cove shook his head. His brow creased the longer he sat with the thought of spinning in his brains. Those visits back then with my mom. I remember that big deal they felt back then. I remember what a big deal they felt back then. I don't understand that sentence, but what? Sorry. Let's recap. Okay. Those visits back then with my mom. I remember what a big deal they felt back then. To be away from here without anyone else coming for a whole few weeks. Well, how little I knew. Hey, what did you use to tell your mom about me when we were on those trips to see her? We were so innocent then. You nodded. Oh, yeah. We were so innocent then. Zain, Cove slowly shook his head. You offered him a small reassuring smile. We were. And now we're just adults, somehow. Well, they're only 23, give it time. Finally, Cove patted his hands and released the firefly back to the hill. It flew up around his face before darting away up into the sky, where your gaze was fixated on him. There was a touch of wistfulness in his features as he watched the bug disappear into the night. It wasn't until Cove turned his attention back to you that his demeanor warmed. Okay, I'm ready to go now. Think I'm ready too. I'm not. Do we have to go? You nodded. I think I'm ready too. Are you sure? Yeah. It's just goodbye for a little while. There'll be more nights like this someday. Trailing a few steps behind Cove, you looked back down the hill. You spotted your childhood home immediately. I'm grateful we could come home here and see how things are without us. It was nice. Yeah, it really was. With Cove right there along with you, you made your way down the hill. With the same stars above trailing the way, your last night in Satzenberg was closing out. You were lost deep within a dream, adrift in the current of your conscious mind. Cove was with you even there, his presence strong in as your mind fitted from scene to scene. The logic of the conscious world melting around you. Something jolted you from your slumber. The visions it constructed, slipping away even as you scrambled to catch them. It had been a good dream. You opened your eyes to an unlit and familiar ceiling. The darkness permeated the room so thoroughly that you were sure it was still the middle of the night. As your eyes adjusted to what little light there was to catch onto, a smiling face cozied itself right above you. There he was. Oh, it's morning already? I thought there was no light. Good morning, Orestia. The green was bright. The green was bright enough to make it seem like maybe the sun had risen after all. Oh, that's cute. Good morning. Whoa, it's my dream come true. Oh, it's my dream come true. Oh, what are you up to asleep today? Please, stop being a morning person. You're grown as grumpily as you could manage. I'm gonna be sarcastic. Wow, it's my dream. Oh, let's just go with good morning then. Now let's go with code. I'm not sure what code means. But it's a funny word. Let's go with code. Oh, it's my dream come true. Naturally, you weren't surprised to see him, but that didn't stop you from enjoying it every time. His expression softened at your voice, the tender affection in his gaze obvious despite the dim space. You kissed him, you flicked his nose, you ruffled his hair, you pulled the cover over your head. Should I kiss him with like morning breath? I don't know. I don't want to flick him either. Ruffle his hair. Why is he my brother? Why would I put a cover on my head? Well, you know what? I guess kissing is the best option, but I wish I could brush my teeth fast. Mwah! Propping yourself up on your elbows, you leaned in towards him. Cove read your intent in your movement and bent down, meeting you halfway in a kiss. Would you have preferred me to wake you up by tapping on the window? Like you used to do before? Maybe. I'd have preferred neither. Haha, you're so funny. No. Cove simply smacked, amused by his own wit.
Come on.
I mean, you really should have expected this was gonna happen. I did. I was waiting for it. I'd hoped you might have outgrown it. Fine, shame on me, cause you got me more than once. I did. I was waiting for it. Good. Glad I didn't disappoint. I'm guessing you woke me up for some reason. Are you gonna let me know? Well, this is our last day here. Everyone might still be asleep. But if we get up now, we can at least see the neighborhood. Do you want to? Well, we've already seen the neighborhood. What are you talking about? Well, of course, with you, definitely. And the reason that you tell me you spent last night is... Here we go, yet again. You just noted. I doubt I have a choice here, so I can't even say no. Let's continue to sleep. We've been to the neighborhoods the past 3 days. Okay, well... And the reason you didn't tell me this plan last night is... Gove only shrugged. Is that a yes or what? Okay, yeah, I'll come with you.
All right.
Great. Then he held out one of those hands to help you get up to. You took it. You held out both arms wordlessly, asking for him to lift you up. Such a needy boy. I guess, yeah. You shuffled out the bed without assistance. Well, at least lift me up. This is the morning. My body is not working. Gove complied, crouching down to scoop you up before gently setting you down again. Thank you! Before you could head out, you and Cove both needed to get dressed. You did so quietly. The strangeness of the hour meant that your bodies seemed less coordinated than usual, each article of clothing a new puzzle. But you managed it. Yeah, I managed to put my clothes on. What a miracle! Well, have a great stream and have got to go. Okay, have a good day too. Good luck at work or everything that you're doing. Old school, thank you for passing by. Bye! The two of you were eventually ready to head out into the wide world. Dawn still hadn't broken when you left the hotel, yet it was easy enough to get a ride down to the Sunset Beach. The journey was peaceful. You might have expected sleep to attempt to claim you once again, with the sky still so dark, but Gove's excited energy was infectious. Morning was finally starting to come over Sunset Bed as you arrived, almost like the sun itself wanted to be there to welcome you. Cove turned toward you, his eyes sparkling with anticipation. One more summer beach trip? You laughed, nodding to reassure him, as if there was any alternative now that you were here and he was looking at you so eagerly. Yeah, one more. You could have taken your time getting there. dawdling under the morning sun, or you could have taken a short walk at a regular pace. And both of those would have been just right for some other occasion, but this time, without either of you saying a word, you and Cove set off sprinting. The two of you tore gleefully down the street towards the beach, as excited and as ungainly as the kids you'd once been. You were laughing with joy and at the absurdity of it all. Being here at the break of dawn with the old boy you'd once discovered on the nearby hill, who would never completely grew up. As it was still early, you did your best to keep the noise down. To the side, you saw Cove covering his mouth with To the side, you saw Cove covering his mouth to stifle his own giggles, similarly aware of the people sleeping in the condos around you. You thought of what the mean old grandparent would have said if they could see you now. All you could do was continue running and stumbling down towards the beach, away from the residences and their sleeping occupants. It was only a few minutes before you arrived at the expansive ocean shore. Cove kicked off his shoes and strode right into the water, not stopping until his feet were entirely submerged and the waves tickled his ankles. His two scored by in the damp sand. You got into the water. I get into the water! After slipping your shoes off and let the sea flow over you, it was cool against your skin, but not as cold as when the wave pulled back and your feet were exposed to the air again. The two of you stood there, watching as the sun continued its ascent over the horizon. Silence fell between you until finally dawn had fully broken. Even then, Cove spoke in a whisper.
Wow.
Can't believe it's over. I can't either. How are we already at this point? It all went by so fast. Boy, you're really sounding like a kid again. You joke. I think it was good enough. You shrugged, you nodded. I don't know what is he referring to, his life or just the summer? Or the day or the trip? You know what, it went by so fast. A ghost of a smile crept over Cove's face, like the sun peeking out between clouds on an overcast day. I don't know what overcast is. Cove reached out and enveloped your— Oh, I have a hand now! Cove reached out and enveloped your hand in his, pressing your palms together tightly. Slightly cloudy. Oh, overcast means slightly cloudy. Oh, okay, thank you. The silence returned just for a second. I'm glad we came this morning, and that we came on this whole visit back.
I'm so glad.
But more than anything— Oh, it's great! It's great! I'm glad for ending up in this town in the first place, where I got to grow up with a really nice neighbor. I wouldn't have wanted any other life. I was grateful for meeting you too. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. Cove looked over at you, out of the corner of his eyes, not turning his face away from the sea. His expression was full of affection, from the gentle curve of his mouth to his clear, contented brow. He was a stark contrast to his tears rolling down his cheek. He has so many expressions. They did such a good job. You counted yourself lucky. Even though you were leaving now, this place had gifted you with so much that you'd carry with you wherever life might take you. The memories you'd made, the lessons you'd learned, the people you'd built relationship with, you'd kept those pieces of your life in Sunset Bird forever. You stood with Cove, silently watching as the bright rays swept away the last of the night's shadow until the day truly arrived. Your spirits were high as the sun rose even higher in the skies. The two of you found yourselves wandering back to the neighborhood street on sandy feet, strolling down the path just as you'd done 1,000 times before. This was where it all started. You were compelled to look at the exact spot you'd first encountered Mr. Holden sitting dejected on the curb. He wasn't like that anymore. Still, you couldn't forget the day it began, just as you couldn't believe what an adventure it led to. Things had never been the same since that moment, and you couldn't be happier for it. Your mental lingering on that meeting had turned physically, causing you to stop in your track. It was only when you heard Cove's voice calling your name that you remembered where you were, and realized what you'd done. And what a present it was! A shining sun, a clear blue sky, and Cove by your side. All that most natural things in the world. So, what's the next step? What's the next step? That's funny. You watched Cove expectantly, waiting for him to guide you forward from here. There was a crinkle around his eyes as he laughed. It's up to you now. It's up to you now. Oh, exciting! You're giving me too much power. I don't know. I want it to be. You should pick. You climbed up. Ooh, exciting! You began to think where the two of you should visit next. Cove perked up, energized by your enthusiasm. I'm listening. No matter how much time passed, there were some things that you could count on to be constant. Cove, your family, his family, and all other loved ones being there for you when you needed it was one of those things. Things since the beginning and for always. Knowing there were dropping the title here. Knowing they were there and you would never be truly alone meant the future looked all that much brighter. I guess I'm getting tired. I can't read anymore. Oh my god. Okay. I think we're almost at the end though. Could we go to Poppy Hill? We've done that yesterday. Wanna find somewhere private to make... Wait, what? I was not expecting that one. Do you want to keep walking and go through town? Wanna grab something to eat? We should see who can reach the end of the stream fastest. I just want to wait and see what happens. Let's go eat something. We haven't had breakfast yet. Your early morning escapade had stirred up your appetite, and you were positive it would have for Cove as well. Cove nodded, his gaze shifting from you to roam across the little place that you'd both called home. There's a lot that's still out there in the world, a lot of different ways things could go in the future. But for this, I think that'd be a perfect choice. He beamed his approval of your suggestion, lifting your spirits ever higher. Your days growing up in Sunset Bird had been so wonderful. Even the prospect of living again made your chest heck. Yet, you weren't going to let that stop you. It would be hard, but you knew that it would still be there, waiting whenever you wanted to return. Facing Cove, who'd been by your side through it all, you knew that one day you'd look back on these moments. Now, just as you fondly reminisced about your childhood growing up there. Each happy moment you experienced became only a memory of what used to be. But that was life was, and it was okay. As it was from the beginning and continued, but... I wanna cry, oh my god. As it was from the beginning and continuing that way for always, life took another step forward. Thank you for beginning a life here. Thank you for the game. Oh my god, I struggled so much reading it. I'm getting so sleepy. Oh my god. Wow, it's over. The end. For real this time. Why did they put the credit at the end of the step 3? That was so weird. Oh my god. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's a tiny boy. Very lanky. Oh my god. That's so... Oh my god, this is the end! This is the end! Looking into our future, not making any plans, just chilling out there. I mean, there is a continuation apparently, the DLC for waiting. Step 4 came out later. 3 was the end of the original game. Oh, how do you know that? Oh, that's why Step 3 really felt like the end with that old gathering and everything. Okay. So I guess Step 4 is just a way to make it available for everyone and to further put opportunity to get a wedding ceremony maybe? Because at the beginning I had the choice to be fiancé, and the DLC 4 is a wedding DLC. Ooh. Well, I'm not interested in marriage and stuff, so I guess. How do we quit? Is it saved? Did it save it? I mean, I guess it doesn't. It doesn't matter. Okay, let's just close it like that. I guess there's no quit the game anyways. Oh my gosh, thank you for streaming, I loved it. Really? Oh my gosh, I really do hope you loved it. Because if you're busy working, you're only listening to my voice. And like, I'm doing my best doing the voices, but I don't know if I'm doing a good job. And like, the way it sounds in my head is different than how it sounds when I watch the VOD. I'm like, oh my gosh, that sounds terrible. And I can't read properly, and I stumble on my words most of the time, and I mumble a lot, and it's terrible, and that was fun. That was fun anyway. I did good. Okay, I guess maybe a little bit, just tiny little bit. Thank you so much for sticking up for us for the whole time. That was really fun. That was a fun game though. That was a really fun game. There are so many people that are really big fan of this game. And I guess I understand why. I would have definitely been really into it if I was younger, like a teenager discovering this game and be like, oh my gosh, this is life. I probably would have moved to a town with a beach or something. But that was fun. That was really fun to play. I think for next time I'm going to try and look for something that's pretty short. I'm going to see if the Atelier Cento, there's a website where they put their game on. I'm going to check that same website. Maybe I can find some kind of indie visual novel that is pretty short and interesting anyway. That would be fun to do something like that. I think a one stream visual novel is fine before we start something long again. Just for a palate cleanser or something. Something like that. That would be fun. Oh my god. If that would have ended after step 3, I think I would have played Overwatch. But now it's a little late. For that. Oh my god. I didn't put up the... Isn't Death of Sonic... Oh yeah! We have to finish that one. I completely forgot. Yeah. Oh yeah. I can't finish... Yeah, no, not today. I don't think there's much left to that one because we were more than halfway done last time. But last time I was kind of like tired and I was like, okay, I gotta finish this. And I was like, okay, you know what? Let's not finish it. Let's take it easy. So yeah, that's why last time I stopped before the end. I should have completed in one stream. That was the plan originally. But yeah. So there was so many voices to do in that game too. That was really challenging. So yeah, next Wednesday let's finish Sonic. And then yeah, I haven't made up the schedule yet for this week. I mean, Sunday we have a Minecraft collab, right? That's gonna be fun. Maybe Saturday I'll do some Overwatch because I'm really looking forward to Overwatch. Actually, I'm really into it. I played with Geonex a couple days ago. It was really fun. And Thursday, so Thursday's tomorrow will be Sparrow tomorrow. And Friday, what will we do on Friday? What are we going to do on Friday? Oh my god, what are we doing on Friday? I don't know. Oh my gosh, I don't think I have anything planned for Friday. Oh my gosh, restart Steam? Not now. Oh my god, what do I have for Friday? You know what? I'll figure it out. I'll figure Friday out and we'll see how it goes. Okay. Well, stream. I really had fun. I think it's really, yeah. I mean, it's a nice story, and it's nice to see people grow up and going through stuff the same way everyone does. But they were in a privileged, like, yeah, they were in a privileged place, so it's normal that not everything goes that way. Figuring out your sexuality, I didn't even know it was a thing. Like, that you had to announce it to everyone like that. I don't even know what my sexuality is. I think there is a thing that is called asexual. That might be me, but I'm not entirely sure. There are so many words to define all kind of stuff that I'm not sure which one is mine. I might be saying something wrong though. But announcing your sexuality like that and be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for letting me know. It's not something that I've heard of before. I guess you just assume that everyone is like, it's up to you what matters. Yeah, I guess to me it doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess it's nice to know. It's not even nice to know. I don't really care about it. But that's the thing. I don't care much about it, but it could be important for some people, like being like, oh my gosh, I've got to let you know. This word that defines me, this is that word. And it's really important to them, so it has to matter, but I don't know, somehow it doesn't matter much to me. It's just like, I don't know. Maybe because I don't know my own, that's why I don't really think it's important to know. But you know what? It's fine either way. Whether you're young or old, you change too. It's not always the same word, it's not always the same thing. And I don't know. Life is a journey. Yeah. And you might stop at Mexico, but maybe you're actually in the Caribbean, but actually you were in Tokyo all along. This kind of thing, you know? This kind of thing. Maybe that's why it is. So yeah, shouldn't matter that much. But I don't know, sometimes people think it's important to know because then they can feel more secure about it. I guess that's why it is, feeling secure about it. Knowing is feeling secured, maybe? I guess that's why it is. The same way when he said that he was on the autism spectrum, he was just happy that he knew, or something like that. But it didn't change anything for him at all. It's just that he knew, or something. Because it doesn't change anything, right? It's not like it's not a disease. I'm not sure what it is, but it's not like it's a disease. It's just like a term to define what you are. But it's okay not to be defined as well. I don't know, I think it's more fun not being defined. Yeah. Let's place it like that. Unless it's necessary. I don't know. I keep counter-attacking myself with that. Oh my god. Unless it's necessary, but you don't know if it's necessary unless it's defined, right? So okay. End of stream. This is the end. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Bye bye. Thank you for being here and see you next time. Bye bye.